Welcome to Adrift in Aldhalor, our weekly actual play D&D show set in our homebrew world of Arden.
Did you forget the name, Sean?
No,
of your own world?
No, I was looking for a call. That's what you call a call and response. Except
sorry.
to yourself.
Aradun.
They got it.
Aradun.
Okay, that's enough. We license our music through musicbed.com, and we use sometimes we use soundstripe.com and TabletopAudio for Ambience.
Music.
Nope,
Damn it.
you got it wrong. And that actually was me forgetting what the word was. So now that Shannon got that wrong, I'm going to bring her on screen to talk about our partners.
No. But am I ready? Do I have the thing up? Yes, I do.
I asked you before we went live. Oh, by the way, everyone, if you aren't recording your Audacity,
oh, shit.
I wasn't.
I wasn't either.
Oh, I got it.
I got it. I'm recording now.
I got it. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, I'm recording now. And yeah, I wasn't scrolled all the way up because my first note says Audacity in all capitals with multiple exclamation points and in red. But I wasn't scrolled. So I
you still
got. Yep. Still got.
Fine, go get my got before I get.
Yeah, Mike, that's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm just going to start now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Paradise. Happy Monday. I'm going to talk about some of our stream partners, starting with...
Arcane Spectacles.
Damn it, Clay! I mean, way to continue the bit, but...
10 points.
10 points to Clayton.
Woo! All right. Do you want to elevate your TTRPG and D&D gaming setup? Showcase your dice collection with pride using Arcane Spectacles' personalized dice display with options ranging from 1 to 5 shelves, each one custom engraved with the name of your dice set or character. It's the ultimate way to show off your collection. Sturdy construction and a unique touch of personalization may make this display a must-have for any serious gamer. Upgrade your setup today and roll for the ultimate gaming experience with Arcane Spectacles. Visit them at arcanespectacles.com. Next is Underground Oracle Publishing. They are a best-selling, Emmy-nominated TTRPG publisher, building new and exciting settings for the cipher system of every genre that you can imagine. Each setting includes everything you need to explore its unique world, including lore, species, descriptors, foci, creatures, ciphers, artifacts, and all the rules that you need to play. For some reason, I thought I read that line already. For as little as $3, you can join their Patreon and help shape hero in each of the worlds that they create. Next, we have Edward Yorke. Eddie is our fantastic character artist. He is an illustrator based in the UK who makes art for games and books. You'll see the art scrolling on our character cards momentarily. To visit his portfolio and get in contact with him, visit eyorke.com. Last but not least, we have 1985 Games. They create affordable, accessible, high-quality accessories for D&D and other tabletop role-playing games. Sean uses the NPC cards. They're pretty awesome, and they create pretty fantastic, tabulous, wonderful, marvelous NPCs that we have in our games. If you want to buy them or any of their other products, you can use the code paradiceprod for 10% off your entire order.
You okay?
No, I got tickle. And tickle in my throat. We've got recaps on our Discord. Do we have this week's Sean?
We have it, but I need to write 2 episodes ago. So I like them to stay in order. So I don't want to put these 2 in and then randomly put 33.
That's fair. Yeah, I got you. That's fair. So we've got recaps up to episode 32?
2, I believe.
Nah, I did the math quickly. Recaps up to episode 32 on our Discord. It's a quick way to catch up on our previous episodes. You can also just join us on Discord for some chit chat, or you could join us in Paradise on Bluesky, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Discord, Instagram, and the TikTok. I'm all done. And that's all the voice I have for today. So Saskia is gonna be miming everything.
Good job. Sorry, I have a book of ships right now that I'm looking at.
Oh.
Just in case, things turn for the worse and they catch up with
What?
you.
What?
The SS Friendship?
Yes, in case the SS Friendship comes and says, hey, we want to be friends. All right.
It's your turn. I'm all done now.
Okay.
All done.
All done.
That's right, Mike.
my god, I'm
Just
so
in time to
many
start.
Spam calls today from
I'm always
unknown numbers.
done.
Okay.
Nice.
What are we doing?
Oh, for a second there, I thought,
Recap.
yeah,
Recap.
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 Good job, everybody.
All right, you guys
So we
ready?
can hear that tapping.
Yes, we can hear
To the
that
music,
tapping.
though.
Okay, now that we had a nice little solo, let's jump into the recap for this week. Last we left off, Iron and Mana, our champions of Hyven, celebrated their defeat of the Sunken Machina, or I guess I should say their victory over the Sunken Machina, in the governor's makeshift arena in the harbor side of Hyven. The people of Hyven cheer for the intrepid heroes as they depart the arena and are swiftly brought over to the VIP tent to await their private meeting with Governor Sai Pajin and Commodore Umadori. Doyle led them out back as other guests rushed into the tent to celebrate the successful festivities. Once outside, they found the two leaders lounging by the seawall. Zora Umadori seemed disinterested in the meeting as she smoked a cigarette staring out into the waters. But Sai Pajin enthusiastically congratulated the party, admitting a little bit that he didn't think they would fully survive. The party took their 5 minutes to introduce themselves and make their services available to the governor as an adventuring party. This inspired him to ask if they'd be willing to join his crew, as he says, what really means take up citizenship within the Aldhalor sodality. Some party members did not hesitate to accept this offer. Others remained skeptical. Pajin promised to have the paperwork ready upon the party's return from Stony Heath on their current quest. The party pressed further on the reforms the governor plans to implement, particularly in relation to the criminal underworld. He implied the process will determine the lines between criminal and good citizenship. And as they came to the end of this conversation, Jacquet made implications about this line between citizen and criminal, and Pajin's own history of criminality, and the origins of the Aldhalor sodality as a whole. But overall, the enigmatic figure seemed to enjoy the party. Not to waste a moment, some of the party spoke with Zura next, as well to impress upon her their service. Jacquet particularly offered to talk on her terms instead of the governor's. The conversations ended with Zura talking with Saskia, specifically analyzing Sask and asking questions of her origin. The conversation was quite condescending and did not sit well with Sass, as Zura called her a scavenger and sort of tisked and walked away, as well as calling her cute after she said she was from the sea. Nevertheless, the party returned to the party, where they were jumped by the editor-in-chief of the Hyven Times, Cass Alafina, a drow woman. A classic journalist probing for quotes and the lead, she managed to extract a few controversial statements from members of the newly sanctioned adventuring company. But alas, celebrations awaited the party, each in their own way. Some partying all night and gambling, others finding a nice quiet place to sleep, and others contemplating their fear of water and trying to build up the courage to jump in to go scavenge some robot parts, which the governor had said still belonged to him. But he might let you guys look at it. The next morning, the party reconvened on the docks to meet their escorts to Stony Heath, aboard the utterly seaworthy. Sass had made no waste of time in getting there before the party to start working on the ship, as it is seemingly her peace and pride and joy to be working on a vessel. Truthfully, kind of the hardest we've seen her work in a while. They met Almina and her father, Captain Galdus, a Gwen Valeri transplant and veteran of the Quintarch War and the Pallid conflict from 30 years ago. The party generally grew accustomed to the ship quickly, save for Septimus, of course, with his deathly fear of open water and inability to swim. He remained below deck while the rest enjoyed the sea breeze and morning waves, trying to avoid any condescending statements from his allies, who seemed to be coddling him a little bit. But most of all, to enjoy this new setting, despite his own inability to swim, was Bruce, who had found a new sense of wonder and joy on the top deck as he finished an experimental upgrade to his clockwork bird, Lollyrock. He was able to connect his goggles to the bird's eyes and see clearly for the first time through the little machina. For the first time, Bruce could see beyond his short sight and beyond his tremor sense, and what a sight it was. Glittering seas of the Zephyr Bay, the open skies, and the little Paltos cliffs of Hyven fading on the horizon. The party spent the afternoon generally lazing about, getting to know the crew, or working. By the evening time, they joined the captain and his daughter for dinner. They learned a lot about the man's time in Gwenviller, his time in the war, and the complicated feelings many ordinary folk have about heroes. But a disturbing halt of the ship interrupted dinner. A mass of luminescent seaweed. I wrote seaweed. That's not right. Seaweed stopped the ship. Sass went to explore the area and found a strange fish-like humanoid. Convinced it was her patron, she edged closer, but soon found herself ambushed by the creature's allies. As the party noticed Sass pulled under the water, suddenly chimes could be heard in the wind, and a call from the crow's nest shouted, "Ship on the horizon." That's roughly where we left off.
Did we roll initiative? I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either.
I don't know if we did. But regardless, I am going to place your minis on the ship and bring it up on screen.
Oh boy. It's so pretty.
Wow.
So pretty.
Oh, that's my recap.
Wow.
All right,
Wow.
so
I believe I was off to one side.
yes, you were watching where Sass was from the side of the ship, so I imagine.
I'm in the water. There I am. Stuck in a seaweed.
Yeah, last thing I did was grab hold of a loose rope.
Yep, I remember Jacquette and Fearn were looking over, watching Sass, right? Okay.
God, that ship is so pretty.
Bruce,
Yeah,
where
this
would
is
you have
dope.
been? Would you still be in the captain's quarters?
Yeah, I'm with Jacquette. I thought we were on the side of the ship.
You are.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I have Sass down in the front side. And I have
Yeah.
Jacquette and Bruce at the side, or Fearn there, so I could put you with them.
Yeah.
Bruce was
I should-
with us over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Septimus, were you still in the captain's?
I am
thing?
still in the captain's quarters.
Like the
Okay.
coward.
So Septimus, you are inside
Oh,
the back there.
Shots fired.
And
I'm not gonna be good this round. Y'all wanted to freaking, going open water.
Septimus, would Sal be with you or down below deck?
Oh, Dak, I wouldn't have brought him to dinner.
Okay. All right, I'll keep you two off the map. I'm gonna place some crew members. They are not going to be very effective in combat because they are not really fighters.
Sure.
Crew people.
Boat buddies.
Bo, 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 bo.
Shipper.
Bo 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 bo.
Okay, so it's a little difficult to see your bases because you're on the side of the ship, but we have you three right here. Sass is down here.
Mhm.
Now, Sass, you're under the water. I have you on
Yeah.
the surface for now, but you are
Yeah, yeah,
underwater, like not very far, like 5 or 10 feet.
Yeah.
So put that down there. Before we roll initiative,
All right. I hope I actually roll good this time.
Did you say before we roll initiative?
yes.
Oh,
Slow down,
never
Clay.
mind.
I mean, you
Good,
can
I
roll
roll.
initiative if you want right now. Just keep track.
No, I'm
I'm
waiting.
gonna wait till you tell me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ah.
everybody.
No.
So, as the three of you watch over the edge of the vessel, looking down into this amalgam of seaweed that is coagulated almost as a somewhat of a miniature little kelp forest all around this space, that you have unfortunately crashed into and would need to clear the way to keep moving. You see Sass pulled underneath the water by some kind of creature that rapidly moved towards her. You would also hear, traversing over the flat sea from the horizon, just this very slight hint of a barely discernible voice echoing across the surface of the water from what you presume to be the Bone Rattler. Now we zoom across this field of water, and on the deck, looking out from the bow, we can see the two figures that you know best from this ship. We see Alina Forsvara, the presumed, well, no, not presumed, known captain of the ship. The dusky blue-skinned, pink and orange coral growths from her scalp meets a moss-green head of cascading hair that drops down to her knees in braids that appears like seagrass. Sass, you know her rumored to be a Triton, but not fully known. It's more of a rumor. She stands on the bow and stares across. She stares through a telescope, closes it, and turns around and looks to Lasha Roxa, the sea witch, the true sea witch of the Bone Rattler.
No.
That's how I described her to you the first time you saw her
No.
in the campaign. The half-orc woman with the gray skin with the black makeup spread across her eyes and forehead, dripping seawater stains across that black makeup as part of some ritual she does every morning. But she is on her knees in a ritual circle, hand at the center, clearly some blood smeared on the deck as her eyes are completely glowing green as she seems to be struggling with whatever spell ritual that she is performing as Alina comes back and stares down into her and gets down on the balls of her feet and sort of touches the chin of Lasha and lifts it up and simply just says, "Keep hold," as she lets go and Lasha's face kind of sinks as she is clearly holding on to powerful, powerful magic. We come back to the oddly seaworthy. We roll initiative.
Here we go. Ugh. It was almost a 20.
Spice this music up, baby.
Yummy.
I'm sorry,
Yummy,
that's
yum,
right. Yummy, mummy.
Yummy, 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 yum.
All right,
Yum, yum, mummy.
20 to 25. 15 to 19.
19.
So we got 19 from
18.
Septimus, 18 from Jacquette,
15.
15. Okay. Septimus, you're up first
Cool.
with Jacquette, and then Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Thank you. 10 to 15 or 10 to 14?
11.
12.
Damn.
Oh, nice. What's your dexterity, Sass?
+3.
Okay. Okay, so Septimus, you are up first. Jacquette, you are on deck. As the initiative count 20 starts and the turn begins, you start to notice creeping over the waters now, seemingly maybe coming from above or the waters themselves or the kelp itself, is just sort of this foggy haze that starts to climb and creep its way up the ship to take over the space. Accumulating around the ship and diffusing the green luminescence of the seaweed. It hasn't taken root yet, but it is starting to crawl up the ship. You suddenly can't see Sass down there as it does overcome her. Septimus, you are in the captain's quarters. You hear probably, I think you probably hear Fearn. I believe he shouted right as Sass was pulled underwater as he grabbed that rope. You would hear the commotion escalating outside, and you would hear the call of the ship, and you would probably have a guess at what that might be. What would you like to do?
Septimus would be like biting his teeth, like, son of a bitch. And so I'll get up and make his way for the door.
Okay.
And he won't go beyond the door, but he'll open up the door to see what's going on.
I'm gonna put you there just for reference, but you're inside another 5 feet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to be inside. I'd be like, I open the door up and I'm in the doorway.
Yeah, perfect. So you peek out and you see the crew is quickly rushing about. You can see there are 2 folks up front who are pulling out these large tools with these hooks on the ends, these large poles, just try to start clearing away the seaweed. You hear the bell ringing from up above from the crow's nest. You can see Fearn with 1 foot up on the railing holding onto a rope with Jacques next to him and Bruce there as well. And the sickly green glow and fog starting to envelop the region.
He'll stay there and he'll just shout out, like anguishingly, like, Sal, get up here! As if you'll allow, Sal will begin moving from beyond the lower deck towards the top.
Jumps through.
He just overcuts through the deck and just wood plank shattering.
And then blade poses.
What is Sal's movement speed?
I believe it's 40. Yes, it's 40.
Okay.
And I'll have him use dash action too.
Yeah, that'll allow him to get onto the deck. All right, so Sal is just on the other side of the ship on port. Is port left?
Port is left if you're facing bow.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember because port is the same number of letters as left.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yep.
Okay, so yes, so you see Sal come up on the port side as the rest of the party is on starboard. Anything else, Septimus?
I'd just be like, what's going on? Where's Sass? I know I already shouted, but
it's fine.
Trying to get clarification. There's not really much. I'm not really sure what's going on still. I know that there's problems, but like, just like direct me what's going on.
As you shout, where's Sass? What's going on? Jacques, it's your turn. With Fear Not.
Excuse me. Turning back to Septimus, saving a snide remark, Jacques goes, Sass is in the water. We're blocked by seaweed and the Bone Rattlers on our tail. And then turning to the captain or his daughter, whoever's closest, Jacques asks them, what's the plan for something like this? What do you normally do? I mean, I see the gestures to the poles, but...
So I'm going to put Cal's mini out there. That's representing the captain, Galvis. And he looks and he says...
He was Cal the whole time?
It was Cal the whole time. The grizzled veteran of the Quintarch War. He looks and he goes, we don't get attacked by pirates in the bay usually. We need to get this seaweed unstuck. We do have one small harpoon gun that might be able to fire, but we don't carry cannons on this ship. We just got to get our way out of this.
All right, so hearing that, Jacques will move his 30 feet up to the front, and then he's going to take out an item he got, the Decanter of Endless Water. Using an action, he's going to remove the stopper and speak a command word, Geyser! As a geyser of salt water, producing 30 gallons, gushes forth in a 30-foot long and 1-foot wide stream. As a bonus action, I'm going to aim the geyser at an object that isn't being worn or carried, and that weighs no more than 200 pounds. That object is either knocked over or pushed up to 15 feet away from you. My intent here is to basically use the geyser You know, like when you've got that the power hose on the sink, and you just like you're playing with like the dried food, and you're like, let me just hose this down. He's trying to do the same thing, where he's just kind of hosing away the seaweed with the decanter.
Excellent. Love that. Okay, and it does seem it is working. Like it will if you keep up with this, it does start to push the seaweed out of the way. The hooks are helping. They're kind of like grabbing it and pulling it aside as you're loosening it up from the ship's parts. So I'll say you've cleared away kind of the first portion right in front of the ship, and you just need to start pushing the sides away and clear out the back. So 4 times. It's going to take I'll say 3 rounds, 3 more rounds to completely clear this, and the ship will completely be dislodged.
Okay, perfect. And just for our reference, about how far away is the Bone Rattler? Like, are we talking like a mile, or are we talking like might actually show up?
So I would say, I'd say that the Bone Rattler is like, I would probably say like about a half mile away.
Okay.
So like, really only if you completely stay stuck and don't start moving within 3 rounds will it start gaining enough headway on you that it could catch up with you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. End turn.
Right. Excellent. All right, Fearn, you are up. You're standing on the side of the boat. You can see the fog envelop. You kind of see it go over the area where Sass went underwater.
So I have this rope. Is it like I didn't really specify? I wanted it to be like attached to the ship, but if it's not, I would like to tie it to the ship now.
I'm fine with it being attached to the ship.
Okay, sweet.
Grab some rigging.
If that's the case, I'm just gonna like wrap it around my arm, and like as tightly as I can, and then I'm gonna take with my other hand, I'm gonna try and do like a run off the like jump overboard and run on the side of the or like hang from the side of the ship and try and use green flame blade to cut free the like is the seaweed, like you said, it was like stuck on with like some sort of like oily type of...
It is slick with a like gelatinous gel like that is making it stick to everything it touches.
Is it like under the boat and like very difficult, or do you think that like me actually doing this maneuver would like make a difference?
I would say that it's not going to make as much of a difference as the geyser of the endless water vial. It would, if we didn't have the vial of the water decanter, that's what it is. If we didn't have the decanter, I'd say that this would be a good move to do, but it's probably not going to speed it up too much with what the decanter's doing.
What if
it would help. It would help slowly. Like it might over time if you keep cutting away at it over the couple rounds that you guys need to get free. But it might be better to protect Sass or Jacquette while they're doing what they're doing. But it's up to you. Like you can cut these things, you can protect. Both things will make some kind of progress.
Would you think that well, hold on. Does Sass have any way to get back on the ship?
I mean,
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
Can't mermaids like jump and leap out like fish? They go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm totally a mermaid.
She definitely do that.
Yeah.
With her
You're not.
Oh. Sass does need help getting back up.
Okay. I suppose I'll just jump into the water and hold on to that rope.
Okay. All right. Give me a acrobatics check.
La 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 la.
Is that not a
19, Sean?
Sorry, the battle cam had stopped updating, so I'm restarting it. 19, you said?
Yep.
Okay, so you were able to jump down, hold onto the rope, and kind of use the rope to control so you don't fall too deep. And you have it wrapped around your arm, and you can kind of see now. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay, so it's all quite hazy down here.
Yeah, I'm just looking for Sap.
You would definitely see Sass as she is kind of like just under the water, like getting her bearings after the creature tried to grapple her. And you can see just below her, probably about like 5 feet beneath, is that creature now also getting its bearings, clearly going to lunge back up at Sass.
Am I close enough that I could use my movement to get to that creature?
Let's see.
I don't have a swim speed.
Yeah, so your movement's halved. So
Okay.
What's your movement speed total?
30.
Okay, so you have 15 feet. So you would be able to, based on jumping off, I would say you can get closer, but you can't quite get to the creature. You can get basically up to Sass, and then the creature is down below you.
Okay, I'm gonna get up to Sass, and I'm gonna, like, I have one hand holding the rope, and
I'm
the other hand is, like,
underwater.
reaching out. And
He's underwater, too.
Okay.
I'm
He
gonna
jumped in.
cast Ray of Frost at the creature.
Oh, excellent. Go for it.
I got a 4 total.
4 total. Wait, what? Oh, because it's Ray of Frost, yeah. No, that doesn't hit as you see the streaking ice goes through the water and it just starts to... It just freezes in the water and then breaks apart into just some harmless ice. As the creature looks to you, and you can see that little faint greenness in its eyes. It looks very kind of like a mix between a shark and a man.
Man shark.
Man shark. Pig. Man shark pig.
And then I can't attack because I'm too far away, so
Right.
I will just reach my hand out towards Saskia and, mouth, like, grab my hand, but, like, not actually say it because I'm underwater and I'm holding my breath.
You can actually say it to Sass because she has an ability that allows you to do that.
Oh, and then I do that. Grab my hand. We're heading back up.
Okay. Anything else, Bjorn?
I think that's all I can do.
All right. You are up, Bruce, with Sass on deck.
I can't see Sask. So, Lollyrock is flying around, or I had him kind of command to swirl around that area where Sass was.
Oh, I didn't.
I don't have visual on either. I probably have visual on Fjern where he probably went in, but I don't have. Is the water clear? Like, can
Water is
Lollyrock
absolutely
see
not.
through?
Water's absolutely not clear.
Okay.
But Lollyrock would have just seen Fjern go under and could fairly well follow Fjern's movements towards Sass. So you have a rough idea where they are. The Lollyrock can see better down here because Lollyrock is within the fog versus everyone up above that is having a hard time seeing down into the where your friends are.
Okay. I don't really have anything I could do. I'm probably just gonna message down and to Saskia and be like, "Are you alright? Where are you? What's going?"
Do I answer now or on my turn?
You could.
It's a message, message spell, so you can answer now.
No. No! Sea creatures, lots of seaweed down here.
Shit. Okay. Bruce is just gonna panic.
Bonus action panic.
Essentially panic. Doesn't know what to do. It's just gonna switch his lens back and just look for I don't know, people. Probably see Septimus come out and approach him in a rush.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's about it.
All right. Sass, you're up. So you can see, for right now, you can see one creature. You know there's at least two.
Yeah.
Fearn, you know that there's actually probably a couple more because you saw several forms swim towards Sass. So now that your eyes are actually kind of looking around, like the dim light of the seaweed is where you saw all the things moving. You only see one. So it's a fair estimation that within that seaweed is hiding many. But you cannot see them right now.
Okay.
Or actually, what's everyone's passive perception? You two, what's your passive perceptions?
14.
14. Fearn?
12.
Okay, you both can't see
Sorry, I
anything.
was muted.
All right. So I'll see Fear and I'll see the outstretched hand. I'll go 1 second, and I will reach out both my hands and pew pew this creature in front of me with an eldritch blast. But well, both of my pew pews.
All right, go for it.
And if I hit, I'm going to use my new ability that I got when I leveled up. If I hit a creature with my Eldritch Blast, I can reduce that creature's speed by 10 feet until the end of my next turn. So, here's hoping.
All right,
First
go for it.
one is a 26.
That'll hit.
Excellent. And the second one is a 24.
Both will hit.
All right, so first one is 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, sorry, force damage. 6 points of force damage.
Okay.
And the second one, nice, is 14 points of force damage.
Ooh, hell yeah.
And then its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the end of my next turn.
All right, you watch as these streaks of spectral seaweed fire out and hit the creature, and you can see it sort of almost like wraps around the creature and just starts to like almost poison it as it does start to swim violently, as it does look bloodied after these attacks.
Oh, well, in that case, for my bonus action, I would like to summon the tentacle and flick it out towards this creature.
So when you summon the tentacle in this space, Sass,
Yes.
it's no longer like on the land where the tentacle kind of comes out of somewhere and is just like out of like nothingness. You see it comes out and it sort of swims around. As you can see, it has a full body to it. It is more of a like large squid-like creature that is swimming around and then comes up to the creature. When you're in water, you get the full squid, not just the
Hell
tentacle.
yeah. Great. So Squidward comes and it's a 22. That's not its
That'll
actual
hit.
name.
That'll hit.
Great. 22. So that is going to be, oh, boogers, 5 points of cold damage.
Not bad. That is 25 damage one turn. That's pretty good for no crits or anything. Anything else, Sass?
That is all I can do, unless, is it going to be an action to grab Fearn's hand?
No, you could just do that. That's free action.
Grab it.
The two of you are holding hands. Fearn, your other hand is
Aw.
holding onto the rope. And it's this underwater. It almost has this slowed effect as you see your Eldritch Blast move slower and just sort of. You see Fearn's icy blast go into the depths below, disappearing into the inky nothingness as this creature struggles and then looks up at the two of you and looks around. Anything else, Sass?
That's it.
Okay. It is the creature's turn. Sass, you are fixated on this creature in front of you. Theron, you're fixated on Sass and this creature as well. Your passive perceptions don't catch the movement in the water around you as Sass from behind another creature comes up and grabs onto you. They don't try to grapple you though. They are going for a bite attack.
Ouch. Okay.
With an advantage because they were hidden from you.
Stupid roguish fish.
Okay. Is a 19 hit?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, so it is going to use its From the Deep ability, which is
something I should have too.
if they get it's essentially it's assassinate. They get a crit if you didn't see them when they came to attack. They get that surprise attack on you.
Okay.
So, Sean, I
Cool.
can't see them when I'm under the water, but didn't I see a bunch of them when I was above the water?
Yes, and then when you jumped down below and you looked around, you couldn't see them. They had hidden themselves amongst the kelp.
I have awareness of them, so doesn't that mean I shouldn't be surprised?
Not if they have an ability to hide and use a roll to hide,
Okay,
like a
fair.
rogue does. And your passive did not see them.
Alex is laughing at me. Or something that Persico sent him.
All right, sorry. Sass, that is going to be... So, 6 is 14 plus 3. 17 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Ouch.
As it bites into your neck, and you feel the sharp shark teeth.
May I use reaction as a warcaster to... I think I'm doing this right. I read it.
Is this an opportunity attack?
To cast a spell that...
Opportunity attack
What?
is if it's like a
Damn it.
normal opportunity attack.
Yeah. One of these times I will get this correct. Never mind.
No problem. All right, let me put this.
Oh, wait. Hellish Rebuke.
There
you go.
That will.
I point my finger, and that creature that damaged me is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames and make them green and spooky.
Okay, what is it? Is it a con save? Or dex save?
Dexterity. Yes, dex save, and it's going to be a 15. Dex 15.
Okay. It fails. Go ahead and roll damage.
Excellent. So that's 2d10. Ooh, so that's going to be 12 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, that should be 5d10. Why is it 5d10? Oh, because it increased. Okay, wait. I need to roll 3 more.
Go for it. Yes, because your level probably went up when you looked up.
Okay, so that's another 12, so 24.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Dealt out 51 damage in one round.
Hell yeah.
All right, so as this creature comes up on you, let's see. Here, and you would see one charging towards you as well in the last moment.
Try me.
Probably not going to hit, I think, actually. With a 18 to hit.
I mean, that hits.
Okay. All right, so that is... Sorry, okay.
I got no shield, Sean.
Got no shield?
I guess I could cast shield. But nah, I'm good.
It's 10 points of piercing damage as it charges you.
Oof.
Actually, I'm sorry. It's 12 points of piercing damage as it charges you and stabs you with this gnarly trident in the stomach. You can see it looking at you, and it's got this gnarly fish-like face, but with these jaws like a shark, with these eyes that just in the center of them have these fading green lights. As the creature is sort of snapping at you, as those were just their first attacks when they surprised you two. They are going to go for one more attack on each of you. So Sass, it goes for another bite on you, which is it wasn't really a surprise round, more like I just wanted to get their sneak attacks, their assassinates in first.
Yeah.
All right, Sass, that is going to be, I don't think it's going to hit with a 14.
That just hits, baby.
All right, it bites down on your neck again.
Fuck! Get off!
Oh, I'm sorry, no, it actually tries to stab you with the trident.
Ah!
You can't do it.
Stop it!
All right, so that's going to be 8 points of piercing damage as it's bitten onto your neck, and it's kind of like very haphazardly is jabbing at you with this short trident. As Fearn, this one is going to hit you for 21. Right, 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. This one is going for a bite on you. All right, so that's going to be 10 points of piercing damage as it bites onto you. Bites onto your arm. I imagine you're almost holding that roped arm up, like as if you did have a shield, and it bites down onto it and shakes its head. All right. That is the creature's turn. Back to the top of the order with Septimus. Septimus, you can at least hear commotion in the water a little bit from down there. It's kind of being silenced a little bit by the geyser out front. That's just like a fire hose. But you all can hear
stream of blood.
You can all hear the water below kind of moving about.
For clarification,
Mm-hmm.
Clayton, the rope that you took around your arm, is it just tied around your arm, or did you like leave some of it on the boat?
It's on
yeah, no, it's tied to the boat. But
okay, it's not on the boat.
actually, that would actually be what you all see. You see this rope like moving about and thrashing.
yeah,
That you know is attached
like
to
wrapped
Theron.
around my arm. Like I have it like snaked across my arm, pretty much.
Septimus kind of like finally getting the brunt of everything, and everybody freaking out, and Bruce coming up to me like, he stands there for a second, and he's just like, he's about like on the verge of like maybe like freaking out too, but he's like, fuck, we gotta get out of here, we gotta leave. He'll run up to the front of the boat, up to the bow, and assist Jaquette with removing the debris so we can get the ship moving again.
Okay. How do you want to assist?
So it's
He's currently
like just
blasting
this-
it with water.
Blasting. Oh, what? Just the seaweed and stuff?
Yeah, because he
Or-
has his decanter can shoot out water and push
Oh, I
objects
see what you're
15 feet. So
saying.
he's basically just pushing it all away so that it slowly over 3 rounds will clear out. So there's a ton of it. So
Yeah.
if there's some way you can help that, you might be able to remove a round from that.
Mhm.
It is getting harder to aim it though because the
Could I-
fog is taking over.
Yeah. Could I try sacred flaming it?
You could, yeah. He's just pushing it, but
Uh,
they might. I mean, Clayton was potentially going to attack some of it on the side of the ship, but you want to sacred flame some of it in front of the ship. I'm sure it has health.
Yeah. What the hell? Just try anything. He's frantic anyway, so he's not gonna think too much about it. Sacred flame to try to help.
All right. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. All right, so I mean, since it's just a kelp, it doesn't really make a. It fails its deck save, I guess is what I'm saying. So go ahead and
Okay,
roll
good.
damage.
Stupid kelp, of course. Oh, actually, that's not. I thought it was 2 1s. 8 radiant damage.
8 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start to see one of the. You can target a particular section, and it starts to slowly burn away some of this kelp. It's probably will take one more attack to completely
Yep.
remove this piece of kelp. But you're starting to clear away. I'll say like a 5x5 section with that.
And Bruce, when you contacted Sass, was that just mentally? You didn't say anything
Yes.
out loud, right? Okay.
I think for message you say something out loud, right? I could be wrong about that.
You could whisper it, I think, but
I would have probably been.
Yeah, you don't have to.
vocal.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
No, he'll do that as Sacred Flame, but then he'll command Sal. He'll be like, Sal, grab that rope. Give it a little tug to let Fear know that you're on the other side. As soon as you feel it back, hopefully he understands. You can yank them both out as soon as he gets a hold of Sass.
Lookout's dead.
Sal just running straight into the mast and just knocking the guy that's in the crow's nest out.
It just hits the deck right as Sal grabs the rope. Okay, so Sal can definitely grab the rope, and Fear, you do feel that tug.
Could it be considered a hold action to actually pull if something happens between this and his next turn?
So, yes, if Sal can determine that it's a very intentional pull and not just like a monster thrashing with Fear, then yes, I can say he can hold an action to pull.
Okay. Then that is what I'll do. And that's what he will do.
Excellent. Okay. Jacquette, you are up. Will you continue geysering?
Yeah. Geyser.
Right. I'm just going to ask for a quick perception check on your part, Jacquette, to make sure that you're shooting in the right areas in the fog.
I just the 14. Water from that canteen have the same accent as you, Jacquette.
Okay, Jacquette, you are still firing away so they can tick off another round of the seaweed. Okay. Anything else, Jacquette, while you're geysering?
I ended my turn.
Okay. Fearn, you are up. So you feel that tug from someone above.
Would it be an action to get Saskia, who's like holding on to me, to grab onto the rope? Like to basically pull my hands together and like have her...
yeah, I'd say that's okay. I mean, you guys are close enough together. You're literally right next to each other, so if you wanted to bring it over and on her turn grab hold of it, that's fine.
Yeah, I just basically say like, hold on tight to this rope. I can get you out of here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use a bonus action to Misty step back onto the ship.
Oh, I see. So she's grabbing the rope.
Right. So she's holding onto the rope. Now I'm up top, and I'm gonna use the rest of my turn to help pull, and we're just gonna shoot her out of the water like a fish.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll allow that.
Sass fishing.
And she doesn't provoke attack of opportunity because she's not moving. We're moving her, right?
I'm moving out of their.
But if you're moving against your will,
Am I though?
You're not moving yourself. You're being pulled. So I would not.
She wants to stay there and get stabbed.
No.
This is not what I want.
So yeah, I just appear next to Sal and I'm just like, let's pull now.
Okay, that's totally fine. So go ahead and give me a strength check, or an athletics check, with advantage, since Sal is helping you.
25.
Yeah. So Sass, you're kind of struggling with this creature that's trying to hold on to you, but is really just biting at you and stabbing at you. And suddenly you just feel you get yanked. And actually, I need you, Sass, to give me a athletics check as well.
Sure. Athletics?
Yes.
Not acrobatics?
You are trying to hold on to a rope being pulled by a very strong robot and man to see if you can
dislocate your shoulder.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nice.
What is it?
21.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You get lunged up and you feel yourself smack against the side of the ship. Good thing you cleaned those barnacles off earlier.
Yeah, that really would have hurt.
Keyhole yourself.
as Fear, and you can start pulling her up. And Sass will say, on your turn, you can pull yourself completely onto the ship. But right now, you are hanging a little bit on the ship, by the side of the ship.
Okay.
Great.
All right, excellent work, Bruce. You see this through Lolly Rock as Sass goes launching up into the space.
Huh. Okay. All right. Bruce is freak out for a little bit, and probably run to the bow of the ship.
Okay.
Fear's just screaming, pull!
Where are you trying to go up next to Jacquette in the front?
Yeah. At this point,
Septimus
also, Bruce wouldn't have he'd have his other vision on. And when he gets up there, he's like, "Hey, what can I help with? What needs to be done? I don't know."
Pull!
I'm not next to Fearn. I already. Bruce assumes you guys got it.
Yeah,
Whatever you can do to help to clear the debris.
Oh,
You're now on my turn. Sorry.
You're allowed to talk.
So something I will say, for anyone who looks back, you will see that the Bone Rattler is getting closer. It is moving towards you. It's the kind of thing that you need to get out with enough time so that if it's faster than you, it doesn't catch up to you. So that's just sort of the way that that's going. It is slowly moving towards you. But Bruce, is there anything you want to do to this kelp? It's very hard to see, so any attack roll stuff will be at disadvantage, but saving throws that stuff's peachy clean for an immobile kelp.
Peachy clean.
yeah.
You can see where Septimus was targeting one of them, and you can see he's starting to. It's almost breaking up.
So I can't because I want to say that switching my vision back and forth is going to cost like a bonus action. I'm just going to. So fair. I currently have my other vision on, and so I have no. I can't see this stuff, but I am going to slap Jacquet on the back and give him enhance ability.
There you go.
You just feel a sticky lollipop that was in his mouth on your back now.
Never gonna get it out of my fur.
It'll melt still.
Which ability are you enhancing?
What do you need?
I don't know. Wisdom, I guess, maybe. To make sure I'm looking in the right spot.
Yeah. There we go. That's wisdom.
Okay. Anything else, Bruce?
Nope, that's all.
All right, Sass, you are up. You can use your movement to pull yourself on.
So it is my movement. It's not an action.
No, it's not.
Cool. Yep. So I'm gonna hit myself up onto the ship. Can I still see the creature that was biting me in the water? Is it close enough to the surface?
No, because there's also a thick layer of fog around the boat. You can hold your action to see if an enemy surfaces or comes within your vision.
Let's see. All right, can I like lean over the side and like aim my Eldritch Blasts to like try and slop off some of the seaweed that's still on the ship?
Yeah. I would say if you want to get something that's up towards the front where everything is moving, you could probably get up there. I would say it would be with disadvantage because of the fog, the attack roll.
It's Devil's Sight, only darkness, not
only
fog.
Darkness, not fog.
Okay. All right. Well then. Actually, you know what? No, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold my action, hold the Eldritch Blast for if I see the thing start to climb the ship, or if it's closer. But I'm gonna move my tentacle. Use my bonus action to move my tentacle closer to the seaweed and whack at that seaweed with my bonus action.
Go ahead.
It's not gonna do much, but it's gonna do something.
Something.
Ugh. It's a natural 1. For an 8.
Tentacle swims around and tries to thwack it, but the grime, the sludge, is just sort of protecting the seaweed.
Okay. So now I'm just standing there with glowing hands with the seaweed kind of like wrapping around my fingers. And it's just holding, waiting for the things to appear.
All right. You all would hear on the distance the Bone Rattler getting closer and closer. As it seems to have the wind at its back. Creature's turn. Okay. All right, so none of you can see kind of the surface of the water. The fog is kind of at the edge of the ship. Can I get passive perceptions from everyone? What are your passives?
13.
14.
15, but I have advantage on wisdom checks.
Yeah.
Does that give me a +5 to my passive? Because
Yes.
technically,
Yes.
I think advantage, disadvantage.
Yeah. I'll say it gives
So
plus
20.
20. Okay.
Damn.
Whoever has 14 or higher for passive,
I didn't even need it.
and can hear on the side of the ship as the creatures are pulling themselves up. Anyone who has a 16 or higher,
Damn it.
will hear one of them crawling up from the front of the ship.
We can just hear them. We can't see them.
Not until they get surface above the fog.
Oh, okay.
This reminds me to really quickly check their climb speed. Okay, it's normal. Okay.
Blah, 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 blah.
So you basically can hear them. They think they're stealthing.
Mhm.
But you can hear them. You're not 100% certain where they are exactly because they're still obscured. But they are like on the side of the ship right now, holding on to it.
Okay.
Thinking that they are doing something tricky.
So
Trixie.
since my held action will go away on my next turn, which is before them, could I just take a disadvantage shot at them?
I
I
guess
held the
yes.
action?
Technically, since you detected them, you can. Yes. Because you detected where they're coming from, you would just have disadvantage. Yes, good call.
All right, here we go. All right. So the first one, nice. First one is a 22.
That will hit.
And that
Do you just want to
is-
aim for the first one, the closest one you can hear?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
And that's 9 points of force damage.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
that one's still up.
Yes.
Okay, second beam.
Drop.
I don't think that's gonna hit 9.
No, that won't hit. No.
Alright, cool.
But you do see anyone looking over the side, which might be Fearn and Sass, really. As the light of your Eldritch Blast goes down, you can kind of see it like radiates and creates a silhouette of the three of them. So you can kind of see now their silhouettes right where they're standing on the ship. And you can see the one you hit, Sass, kind of like almost falls off and then pulls itself back on as those three are there. And you can see now exactly where the three are. Not once the fog goes away, but you at least know their locations.
Okay.
All right. At the end of the creature's turn, back on the Bone Rattler, we get a glimpse in the little vignette. You guys don't see it, but the audience see it. As the ship is bouncing and moving at top speeds across these waters, as Alina is still kind of watching from the bow. She comes rushing back to Lasha, and kind of like grabs her and shakes her shoulders as Lasha is kind of in the midst of this trance. Her eyes shut and then open, and the green is gone. And Alina is shouting at her as they start to kind of see your ship a little bit more clearly and see that you're not dying and you're not stalling. You're starting to slowly, like the ship is starting to slowly, as the seaweed is getting pushed away by Jacquette. And she looks down and closes her eyes and of course, Mike is also contributing. She looks down, closes her eyes, opens them back up to that green light again. As the air would get cold all around you, who are on the deck.
Brr.
Whoa. Oh, shit.
Jeez.
Oh no!
Oh.
No,
Oopsie.
elementals. Right?
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh boy. Oh God. There's so many.
As 4 spectral spirits kind of they look like dead pirates in their form,
cool.
as they're just as they look to all the people they just summoned themselves around. And I will roll an initiative for them. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, Septimus, you are up. You are at the front. You're burning up some of this kelp, and you hear behind you as a chill goes over your spine as the air gets very cold all of a sudden. Out of the deck almost comes these spectral, ghostly pirates. What would you like to do?
Right.
It's my job.
Septimus is really going to love sea travel after this.
Septimus is going to continue to burn away the kelp as much as he can to get this thing freaking going.
All right, go ahead and roll the damage for that.
8 again.
Nice. That burns up. A whole section burns up with that, giving you guys another round onto the top of your stuff. So your guys are going to be free after Jacquette's turn and starting to move out of the way.
Nice.
How many spectral beings appeared?
4 appeared around the ship. And then there are 3 enemies on the starboard side of the ship and 1 below you in the fog.
And he'll bonus action spiritual weapon near.
Sorry,
I
just
guess
saw
whoever
Stefan's
looks
comment.
If you
Hey, look,
want,
we've all played Baldur's Gate 3 and had that time where you're like, oh, I could just use oh, I can't target an object? Or was
That's
that just
true.
me?
No, you're
No,
right,
that
but I've
was me,
also pretty much the entire time we've ever played together, I've always allowed Saber's
true.
to hit objects.
Yeah.
When Curon did it, but he was also the chosen one.
Right, he was
Whoa.
Messiah, so Septimus is no Messiah.
And
That
I
we
guess
know of yet.
technically Clay is right. Seaweed is a living thing, but
yes, Clayton.
There you
but
go.
I would normally count like trees as objects in combat encounters. But I don't allow it for this one instance. We'll say moving forward, we'll start following the rules here in Paradise.
Since when?
Who looks the most like? Is it Ralph Wiggum in the scenario on the deck?
What?
Who's the kid that's like, I'm in danger?
Oh, who? I mean, truthfully,
Yeah.
the fucking sailors are in big danger. Your allies have been hit, so Fear and Sass did take some damage.
Well, we're not going to be getting anywhere if the sailors are dead. So trying to whoever's in the most immediate danger of getting
So the
attacked
2
by these
sailors
spirits-
immediately to your right on the edge there are about to get their shit rocked.
Okay, I will cast a spiritual weapon next to them.
Okay.
And it will immediately go for an attack.
All right. Go for it. What was it?
8s.
8.
8?
Yeah, 8.
This your... Oh, wait, no. Sorry. It misses.
Yeah. I'm sure it does.
I misread the stat block for a second. I was about to say, it's your lucky day, sailor. But it's not. Sorry. That misses. Anything else, Septimus?
Nope, that's it. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Sal.
Oh, yeah.
Sal will just go.
Sal can go for an attack for the one
Yeah,
behind
he'll go fist of spirit.
Go for it.
Is this freaking boat attack again? Melee plus 8, okay.
Getting quite crowded on the deck there.
That is a 21.
21. That will
Yes.
absolutely hit.
Boom.
Go ahead and roll damage to see if this will overkill, since these are minions.
Oh, good.
Nice.
1d8 plus 3.
Minion rules.
There is one within 5 feet of Sal.
7 force damage.
Which is not quite overkill.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
Oh well. It's worth a shot.
So
That will be my turn.
the one problem with sharing a bestiary with Stefan is I'm pretty sure he knows the stat block as soon as I say all this.
I would never.
The internet is massive, Sean. I'm sure any one of us could look up the stat.
These are
blocks if we
paywalled
wanted
stat
to.
blocks.
What?
Anyway, okay. So one of the spirits does dissipate as soon as Sal, I imagine, just kind of like brings his fist down and just whoosh, as the spirit just and vanishes. Okay.
Oh, good. And is it near one? Is it within 5 feet of one of the sailors?
No, that's the one that was within 5 feet of Fearn.
Uh,
The sailors are up on the top front deck.
Could you use its movement to get?
Yes, Sal
There
can
now?
definitely do that. Yeah.
Okay, then he will do that.
He's not right next to the sailors, but he's on the other side of the ghost from the sailors.
Is he within 5 feet of the sailor?
He can't quite get within 5 feet of the sailors because it's rather crowded up there.
Boo. Okay.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Cam froze.
That's it. And the battle cam did freeze.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
Well,
No, it's just getting a little choppy.
there it is. Yeah, it was a little grainy.
Yeah, it's hard to see because it's so crowded, but
Oh.
Sal is right here. Ghosts are here.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Sailors are here. Not quite here. Oh god, I wish it wasn't getting so choppy with the internet. Anyway. That's because my webcam is run through an old laptop. All right. Jacquet, you are up. Give me a perception check to clear away the last bit of the seaweed to get the ship going again.
14.
14. Okay, yes, that is just what you need to see the last bit that you can geyser away as you all feel can feel a heave as the ship is freed. And suddenly the sailors all hear that and they immediately start to think, we need to get going, we need to start moving, we need to start getting everything back in order, as the ship is going to move a little slow at first, but it will pick up its speed. Yes.
2 things. One is the Bone Rattler. How close is it?
The Bone Rattler is 1,640 feet away.
Okay, never mind then. Second question. Is there a way, Jacquet does have 30 feet of climbing speed, for him to get onto that front mast? Basically get out of the way of anything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Without provoking like an opportunity attack or anything.
So nothing is... So the only... You would provoke... I guess you could do a jump. If you jumped onto it, you could avoid the spirit getting an opportunity
and
attack.
what does that involve? Because last time I tried to jump during movement, I died. Like straight up died. So
it would require is a DC 10 acrobatics check.
okay, I can do that. Oh my god, I got an 11.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
You immediately fall into the water again.
Slippery ship.
So yeah, so my intent is to jump up on the mast and climb up as high as I can, which would be 30 feet, whatever that gives me. And then as he's up there, he's going to point down to the front of the ship where he heard the creature, like, trying to climb up and go, "There's one more coming! Get ready!" What are
Mateys.
Borders inbound! As he's going to take out his crossbow. Yeah, this is all I really wanted was Jacquet to be.
I got you to stick on there with a little bit of putty.
Ooh, smart thinking. Don't ruin the paint job, please.
It's on the base. It's not on the paint.
I meant for the ship actually, but
oh shoot,
they're both varnished, so
oh,
it's
okay, it should be fine then.
Yeah.
This is the kind of putty that's meant to be used like this. Okay, so did you do anything specific there, or was just pointing out and shouting where it is?
Just pointing out and shouting,
Okay.
and then it was bonus action to use the decanter.
Cool. All right, so you all now are aware there's one in the front. You guys didn't see it, but you are at least alert to it now, so it can't surprise Sweet Bruce, as it was about to do. Alrighty. That's Jacquette's turn. Fearn, you are up. There is a spirit behind you.
Okay, but there's also spirits down below, right? Like
there's spirits above you, and there are shark people on the side of the ship coming up.
I got the shark people. You take care of the spirit. Punch a ghost.
I can do both.
Whoa!
I'm going to first cast a ray of frost down at...
I will say they are still obscured by the fog, so it's disadvantage on any attacks against them.
That's a little unfortunate. I guess I'll attack the other guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Environmental
so there's
effects.
Just one near me, right?
Yes, there's one right behind you.
Any chance I could get within 5 feet of two of them without provoking attacks of opportunity?
No, because they're up above the deck on the other deck. They're not level with you.
Understood.
And plus this one's is too far away. You wouldn't be able to get within 5 feet of two.
All right, I'll just swing at this guy then. With my greatsword.
Swing from the tabletop.
My heart.
16 hit, Sean.
A 16 does hit.
Yay.
You take
It is a minion, so you don't need to roll damage. It dies. And you'd only have to roll damage if there are others within 5 feet of you to get the overkill. But it's dead. Anything else, Karen?
Is there more minions that I could run up and attack?
Yes, actually. You could get up to the top deck with your movement. Well, actually... actually, no, because you can move through allies, so you can get to...
If I could get two within the same area, let me know. Like, if I could...
Unfortunately, due to the excessive crowding of the front deck, you can't get within.
Like, attack and then move? Like, can I do that? And then, like, if I don't kill them, I provoke an attack of opportunity as I move into the other space?
No, that's not how the minion rolls work.
Okay.
They have to be within 5 feet of you upon the attack.
Okay, so I can't... Well, I have to end my turn in a space that's not an ally, right? So can I attack from an ally's space, is what I'm saying.
No. You can move through allies, but you can't attack from their space.
Okay, fair.
I will say, because that sailor...
somebody in the face?
Even if you elbow them in the face. I mean, you really would be elbowing Sal. But...
Don't do that.
I'm willing to take that risk.
You do get a +1. You do get a +1 to this attack because there is a sailor within 5 feet of the enemy.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing at this guy. 20 to hit.
Yep, that hits. Another ghost vanishes as your blade swings through it.
Do I have any movement left?
You have 5 feet of movement left.
I'll take it to get as close to the edge of the front of the ship as possible, getting ready for that final guy to try and stop him from hopping up on deck.
Okay. You are right at the edge there.
Do I see it?
No, because it's still within the obscured fog. But you can.
Okay.
It will likely
I
come out
assume
of it
it's
soon.
there.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, you know that it's in the front from Jacquet saying it is.
And my turn.
Okay. Spirits are up. Or really, the one spirit is up.
The spirits.
The spirit is up. Okay. Okay, it's gonna go for the sailor.
La 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 la.
Jesus. Okay. The spirit fails to
Good.
hit this sailor. As you can see, the sailor has one of those poles with hooks that it was moving things out from. The spirit comes and tries to drain the life from the sailor as he's just kind of bringing the pole up and keeping the spirit just barely at bay as its incorporeal form is trying to get through and attack at him, but fails. Who's up next? It is Bruce. Bruce and then Sass.
All right, Bruce is very confused what to do.
There's a spirit you can attack.
But Bruce is,
He's not a smacky boy.
Sweet Bruce.
he can smack, but
You do know there is a fish monster climbing up the front of the ship that will be upon you soon, based on Jacquet's command.
Does his tremor sense work on the ship to sense that?
I believe it would. Anything on the ship you would be able to sense. So you can see it, actually, then.
yeah. In that case,
goes
I'm gonna use
slow.
I'm gonna message command Lollyrock
Okay.
out of to poop some scrap on him.
Oops, some scrap.
Some scrap. And what ability is this?
Force strike.
What is it?
Amazing.
Force strike?
Force strike.
God
Homunculus,
damn it.
get it?
What is
I think it's just-
Lollyrock's movement
it's-
speed?
30 feet flying.
Okay. So I'll say on the last turn you would have had Lollyrock move a little closer to you, so that
All right, yeah,
Lollyrock
and
could get to you for this.
He can poop 30 feet, so
Oh, he can poop 30 feet. Okay, then never mind. He doesn't need my mercy. He can poop without my mercy on the enemy.
yeah.
You can poop
What?
without my mercy. What a sentence.
Damn it, Alex.
Well, because technically Lollyrock couldn't get there if it was a melee attack,
Oh
because he
my
was stuck
God.
out in the water.
No, of course.
Watch that seaweed just eat Lollyrock.
Ah,
Another one of Alex's animal companions.
that's not an animal.
It's a little monkey.
Alright, 23
It's
to
a-
hit.
A homunculus.
That'll hit.
Take that 7 damage to the top of his head.
Hell yeah.
First damage. Bruce runs
But
away
now he
from
has
the...
good luck.
Oh, that's true. Now he's
Did
got
you say
advantage.
Bruce runs away?
Bruce is gonna run away. He's
Okay,
gonna run.
do you just
want to
go 30 feet away?
Yeah. While I'm running away, though, I actually do want to look for some empty barrels.
There are some on the main deck.
Okay.
You want to hop in one?
No, actually, no.
Oh, okay.
It's a fun. I was thinking about it though.
By the way,
Um,
Septimus, you see Bruce. What is do you just mentally command Lollyrock, or do you shout this into the air?
I think Bruce would kind of.
It's
I think
either way, it's
Bruce
fine.
would just be like, "Ah, shit," and then that is the mental command.
That's the mental command, yeah. So Septimus, you hear Bruce go, "Ah, shit," and then run past you and jump down to the main deck.
Good.
Anything else, Bruce?
Yes. Actually, with my main action, I am going to create a trap.
Ooh, hell yeah.
And I'm going to reach into my bag and use my action to Yeah, to make a proper trap and put it inside this empty barrel.
I love it. Okay, so on the port side of the ship, right at the edge there where you are, is now a barrel with a trap in it.
And I'm expelling all my charges within this.
Ooh, hell yeah. All right. Anything else, Bruce?
That is it for me.
Okay. Sass, you're up. There are 3 figures within the mist that you would have disadvantage on attacks against. And then 1 creature that is on the ship.
I saw them when I pew-pewed before.
They are still obscured.
All right. Can
That was
I
for flavor,
actually?
because it was cool looking.
Okay. I mean, it's still pretty cool looking. Cool mental image. Can I actually, like, with one blast, can I look over my shoulder and try and blast that for? Well, no. I'm going to.
You all right?
Yeah, sorry, just decision making. Okay, no, I'm going to reach both my hands down and still. Actually, fuck.
What do you want to do?
So many things. Okay, here's what I'm actually going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to hold my action to pew pew when they come into vision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my bonus action to my tentacle out of the water and backhand the spirit.
So how far can your tentacle move?
I think it's 30
Because you
feet.
did move it out towards the seaweed. So I need to see if you can.
I did. Yeah, I believe it's 30 feet. Let me double check. Move. Yeah, up to 30 feet.
Tentacle is not quite on them. It's about 5-10 feet away from them.
All right, well, that's fine. I'm just standing there with my spooky hands, waiting for them to show up.
Are you gonna hold your action?
For when they're, because I can't see them, so I'm gonna wait for
I mean,
them
you can
to...
make attacks with disadvantage, but if you want to hold your
want
action,
to.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the
just
next
making sure.
time.
Okay.
If they come into view, I will shoot. If not, then I'll do it at disadvantage because I'm sure I'll hear them again.
Okay. All right.
So.
Okay.
There.
Proud of you.
Thanks, Steph.
All right, Shannon, give me an attack roll as this thing lunges up from the side of the ship to attack you.
Excellent.
I will say, Shannon, unfortunately, though, you will have disadvantage,
still disadvantage
because they
it's
are
in
within
fucking
5
range.
feet of you.
Yeah. It's all right. Maybe. Nope, it's not all right. That's a 9. But that's the first blast is a 9.
First blast misses.
I have 2 of them. The second one is a 19.
That'll hit.
Great. So that's going to be 14. Nice. 14 points of force damage.
14 force?
Yep.
It's exactly how much you needed. How do you kill this thing?
Excellent. So it just launches up and I just full on blast it in the face.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's like anyone nearby would see this creature like grab onto the side of the ship and bring its trident over to try to get an attack on you. But you immediately kind of like the first blast goes over its shoulder, the other one from underneath hits it like an uppercut almost, and the creature just flies backwards and lands in the water.
Great.
Okay.
But there's more. Fuck. Oh no.
So Bruce, you would see these 2 enemies come up and sort of swarm Sass right there. And Sass, you would see 2 of them come up on you. Sass, you're missing health, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, so you look in their eyes, you can see where the blood is leaking on your shoulder from that bite, and these creatures' eyes turn red in a frenzy.
Oh
Vampires.
no. Oh no.
We didn't invite him on the ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't say they could come on.
This is more of a shark frenzy than a vampire frenzy.
That's fair.
Hit him in the nose.
Yeah, just
Boop them.
Boop.
Misdirect them or redirect them.
Reaction boop.
All right, Sass, that first attack is going to be a 22.
Yeah,
Wait, is that within 5 feet of it?
No, because you moved him.
Okay.
He was, but he went up to help the sailors.
Just curious.
Yeah,
No, good question. Good question. Okay. All right, Sass, that is going to be 10 points of piercing damage.
All right, hellish rebuke.
Okay. Dex save, right?
Yes.
It rolled a 17
Okay, so it's still gonna take
with
half
an 18.
damage.
It's an 18 total.
Yeah. Okay. It's gonna take half
Oh, that was
damage.
successful anyway. Yeah.
So 36. Or do you round up or down for damage?
I round down. I round down.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then 17 points of fire damage.
You know what? Have it re-roll its save. Silvery barbs.
Oh,
Oh, we rolled the save. Okay. Oh yeah, I forget
Yeah.
silver barbs can be used on saves.
Yeah, I was gonna save it for another attack, but if you can just kill this thing.
Does it take the new roll or it's the lower roll? It rolled
It's the
higher.
lower.
It rolled higher.
Oh.
Oh,
Got a
thanks
19 on
anyway.
dice.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give. Who goes first initiative? Septimus. I'm gonna give Septimus
yeah.
advantage. Or
Nice.
whatever he wants to do.
Dance.
Okay. All right, Sass, it's gonna go for its second attack on you.
Okay, this might do it.
Natural 20.
And this is why
So I say silvery barbs. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This is gonna drop me a bit, unless you roll really shitty.
Well, I did, but it is max dice in the first dice.
Yeah. What is their dice?
It is a. Sorry, my brain just shut off. It's another
Okay.
10 points of piercing.
10 total?
10 total.
Okay.
Because I rolled a 1 on the actual damage dice.
Oops.
I do
Okay.
apologize, but there is another one right next to you.
Right. Well, so then
Oh,
it doesn't
shit.
matter what you roll.
Yeah.
If you hit, it doesn't matter because I'm
You know,
going down.
I might not hit. I mean, it has
You might
advantage
not
because
hit.
of the blood frenzy, but I
It's
might
true.
roll really shitty.
Is Sal next to that one?
No, I'm sorry. Sal,
Sal's
that's
nowhere
me.
to be found.
I appreciate it, guys.
Sal is up there having
okay.
just like smashed a ghost and is looking at you, Septimus, with a thumbs up. As behind him, Sass is getting massacred.
It's just pointing.
What an image.
She told me I could leave.
She did
I'm
tell
just
you could
following
leave.
I
orders.
did.
And one of them would have
It's
attacked you.
Totally on. It's on me. It's fine.
Sass, this one is a 17 to hit.
Yeah. All right. Don't even roll. I'm down. I had 1 HP.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to try and.
Kill
I
her.
don't think you'd be. Yeah. But.
No, this thing's gonna go after Bruce now with its second attack.
Okay.
Rawr.
Ooh.
Oh,
Right in a blood frenzy and doesn't want to just eat her.
I mean, you are kind of right, and
That's all right. It's fine. Do what
Yeah.
it will do. Do what it will
Yeah.
do. Because that'll be 2.
yeah, Sass, you
Yum,
got
yum,
2
yum.
death saves.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
thing
Oh my God.
100% wants to devour Sass. And anyone who can see knows this thing is not going to stop attacking Sass.
I used my potion last fight for this exact same scenario.
As this
God,
creature,
for somebody who is from the sea, really sucks at staying alive on the sea.
it's okay.
It's okay.
As these two creatures are crouching over Sass, though, everyone who can see, which is pretty much, yeah, everyone can see this, Fear, and you can kind of just see the tops of the creatures as they are clearly frenzying on Sass. But Jacquette, Bruce, and Septimus can all see these creatures of clawing into Sass right now and about to frenzy the truly go in for the kill. And but the front one is going to jump up on deck.
How dare he?
Because it's moving, can I use a reaction
Jaquette yelled at him.
to use my new magic item, Sean?
You may.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
you made it?
I did.
I just,
Ooh.
I,
I
slightly
honestly
changed
literally
it.
just noticed it.
I forgot to. I'll say Fear, and I'll say you could have attuned to it while you were on the sea journey.
Yeah. All right, sweet. So I'm gonna use 1 charge of this magic item to cast petrifying whale It's a reaction that makes it do a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
Yes, and it triggers when anything walks within 30 feet of you. You can use this reaction.
Correct.
Okay, and it's 14, you said?
Yes.
I made the item, I should know. It fails.
Nice. So that's going to take 2d6 psychic damage and is considered frightened by me. And the speed is reduced to 0 until the start of their next turn.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. And that'll be max roll 12 damage, sir.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Where did I put my pen?
So I see this thing climbing up the side of the ship, and I knock down my I hit my chin on my, what do you call it, solar plexus, and it drops down my mask. And I look at this thing with this blood piercing red eyes of the mask, and it gets real spooked.
I will say there's something I added to the weapon, or the helmet, Fearn, though that matters for the visuals. When you first put the helmet on, or the mask on, to have it like what do you call it? Attune. Thank you. I kept saying my head went anoint. Attune to it. Once you attune to it, the mask like vanished almost, and then like as soon as you like sort of thought about the mask, it, like you just did, comes down from the top of your head and materializes. So it does like fall down like that, but this mask is kind of like become a part of you, and whenever you want to use it, you
Power Ranger now.
You are basically a Power Ranger.
Amazing.
As those close would see, Fearn, the mask that Jacquette bought him forms over his face, and you just hear this blood-curdling war cry come out of it. It's not from Fearn, it's from the mask. As this creature is on like the bow of the ship and on the fence, like standing on the fence. This is just like it's terrified, and it goes for a really shitty disadvantaged attack because he's frightened of him. Whew. It's a good thing. Actually, it's a straight roll because you are missing health, right, Fearn?
I am, but also it's when he moves. Is that before the movement or after the movement?
So it's as soon as you see him. So the problem here is the obscured fog.
Okay, so I wouldn't have been able to see him until he was 5 feet in front of me.
Yes, because the fog is basically at the edge of the ship.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah, but he does have disadvantage on it, or it's straight rolls. So that definitely is going to miss that first one.
Nice.
He rolled a 2. And his second attack will still hit. Second attack is 6 points of piercing damage.
That's fine.
All right. Let me move the Bone Rattler. Okay. Can someone roll me a d20?
Rolled. I got a 9. Unless
okay,
somebody
I'm determining
the
the ship's initiative for its movement that it starts to do.
Oh, sploop.
All right. Okay. So the ship is going to start moving now. As you feel it all just... I'm going to make that creature at the front, because of the precariousness of his stance, make a dex saving throw. DC 10. Wow, he failed it. You see that creature falls off the ship immediately and gets keel-hauled by the ship.
It's because he got pooped on.
That's the reason.
Yeah, he had poop all over his face, then he climbed up onto the ship and got freaked out by a mask, tried to stab him, and then I imagine like stabbed Fearn, and like the trident is in Fearn's stomach, and then the ship moves and it kind of jostles him and he just falls backwards. And splat! The ship hits him as it starts to move, and he gets pulled under the water and is keel-hauled, and you can presume is either dead or close to dead. Septimus, you're up. There are 2 monsters devouring Sass, and 1 spirit still on the ship.
Okay, can you point it out for me? Because it's just a little out of focus.
Yeah. So the two creatures are down here.
Yeah.
Sass. The spirit is right here. You
Got
are
it.
You are right here, and
Yep.
Sal is right next to you.
Got it.
Remember, you have advantage on one attack, saving throw, or ability check.
Right. Hold on, let me just double check something. Bonus action healing word on Sass.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll
As I'll
health.
just like see her get downed and getting chomped at. I'll just scream out, "Fight!"
And that is the healing word.
It is the healing word. I'll do it at. I mean, it's not. Whatever. I'll do it at level 3. Bonk. Bonk. 9 health.
Thank you.
All right, Sass, you bounce up at 9 health to the horrifying visage of half humanoid, half fish, half shark faces chomping at you and looking at you.
I just sit up with, they're like wiping the blood off of my face. Ah.
Then Septimus will cast command
Ooh.
on one of the shark people. Ooh, haha.
Excellent. All right, what's the saving throw? Charisma?
Wisdom.
It rolled a 9.
Let's
What's the
go.
command?
Flee!
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. And command, that happens on their turn. They have to initiate the
Yes.
Yep, on his next turn.
Yeah,
Okay.
on its next turn, it does the action to the best
Excellent.
of its ability.
Excellent. Anything else, Septimus?
Sal's gonna punch that ghost in the face.
Hell yeah, go for it.
He's got advantage.
Got
Yep.
advantage. Good thing, because it was a 1 and a 17. So then 17 plus 8 is...
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll hit.
5.
Yeah, Sal does another thwack down on the ghost as it finished.
But it's
And
roll
then 2
damage.
thumbs up.
It's gone, right? I don't need to roll damage.
No, yeah, it's gone.
Okay. Okay, and then I will have him use his movement to get up to the... in between Sass and the creature that I didn't command to flee.
So he can't get between, but he can get 5 feet from Sass.
As long as he's 5 feet between...
Yep.
He's 5 feet from Sass and the creature that can attack. Oh,
Totally. Totally. All right, that was Jacquette's turn. Or I'm sorry, that was Septimus' turn. Jacquette, you were up.
Yep, that was Jacquette's turn. It's done.
No. All right, so there's 2 guys left.
Yep, one of them is
One
commanded
is-
to flee, and one of them is not commanded to flee.
All right, the one that's not commanded to flee, I'm going to bonus action steady aim and then fire my
Excellent.
crossbow.
Excellent. And you do, like this one, you notice this one hasn't taken any damage yet.
Mhm.
So, go for it.
It's an 18 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
19 points of piercing damage.
19 points of piercing. Okay. Excellent.
As I imagine Jacquette is like wide stance up there on the mast as he just and just the bolt comes out from the dark sky and pierces this thing through its clavicle.
Absolutely, absolutely. As Sass, this one is the one that's still attacking you. The other one it was, but it suddenly went as it looked up to Septimus. But this one, you see, it's like you're just holding it off with your hands as it's chomping at your face, and then suddenly this bolt comes out of the darkness into its clavicle and it goes and just screeches back. Okay. Anything else, Jacquette?
I end my turn.
All right, Fearn, you are up.
Yay. Is there any? I guess the only one left is at the lower deck, right?
Correct.
Is there one behind the mast there? I can't see. That
Nope,
might
that's
be a
Septimus.
tentacle. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna run over there and start wailing on those two. If there's any chance I can get between both of them, so they're both within 5 feet, I want that to happen.
You can.
Amazing.
You can just get to where you can do that.
Okay, sweet. So we're gonna start off with the green flame blade.
Love it.
So it's a regular attack, and I get to add a D8 to it. Oh, I rolled the wrong thing. Ignore those rolls, even though they were sweet. I got a 9 plus 8
That'll hit.
is 15.
17.
Thank you. That's gonna be 17 plus a d6 for the green flame for 19 damage.
Yeah, how do you kill both these? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. These are not minions. I totally forgot what they looked like. They were. Okay,
so it's 19 on the first one.
Okay, 19 on the first one.
And then it does another d6 to the second one. And I don't know if I use the same roll or if you want me to roll again.
Let's see. Because I think it just says... It just lets you leap it, so it doesn't need to hit. It just does the damage.
Yes. It actually increases when you reach
spellcasting.
third level, extra d8 on a hit, and the melee attack deals an extra d8 on the hit, and the fire damage to the second creature increases to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So it was actually a d8, not a d6, but I killed the first one anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No, you didn't. You didn't actually.
Oh, well, I rolled the exact same roll for the d8 that I did for the d6. So it was still the same amount of damage on the first one.
Okay.
And for the second one, it's just 2 fire damage.
Okay. I will say that one, the first one you hit does look very, very, very bloody.
And now that I have War Magic, I can, when I use an action to cast a cantrip, I can make one weapon attack as a bonus action. So I'll be doing that.
Nice.
And so I'm going to swing with my regular greatsword at the one that I've already hit.
Go for it.
25 to hit.
That hits. Don't even need to roll damage. It only had 2 health. How do you kill this thing?
So the green flame blade just swings through the two of them. And on the backswing of the blade, I headbutt this guy. He goes in for a bite, and I turn my head at the right angle, so my horn just goes into his mouth or into his throat.
Oh no! Okay. Absolutely, as this thing just and falls to the ground dead. The other one is still just barely alive, but it's about to jump off the ship. You can see.
Okay. So I got an attack using my bonus action, Sean. And extra attack says I can attack twice when I take an attack action.
Only on actions. It doesn't count towards that. That's just one attack for the bonus action one.
Okay, fair. So this is the last guy here.
Yeah, he's the last one.
All right, bonus action. Wait, is action surge a bonus action?
It's just
no,
a special
action
action.
surge is an ability.
All right, yeah, action surge. We're killing this thing.
Go ahead and
Just
give me.
slaughter them.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I rolled damage without rolling attack. Ignore that.
Ignore.
25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
16 damage.
Yeah, I didn't want to kill this thing.
I'm just gonna.
You want to slaughter the last of them.
Can I just Sparta kick him off the ship?
Absolutely, I love it.
Yeah, I just break his ribs and let him drown.
But not just the shark men. But the
He
shark
goes
wouldn't.
down. He goes down, and there are currently no sharkmen on your ship. And you are starting to move. I will say, the Bone Rattler is still on your tail.
Not for long.
Before we leave the fog, I want to look over at Cladis.
Galdus?
Who?
Caldus, sorry, it's Cladis. I looked really
Cladis.
fast at my nose. Cladis. And I switched the A and the L. Caldus, can you, as like Bruce is like putting the top on, can you throw this overboard before we get out of the fog?
He looks at you. What's in there?
Just don't bang on it. Just throw it over.
All right. As you would see, at this point, they are getting pretty close to you, and as he's starting to flip that off of the ship, they are actually like only 640 feet away from you guys right now. As it just, Steph.
Jacquette wants to scale down and run to the aft of the ship, and like kind of climbing up. He's gonna do two things. One, he's gonna take out his eyeglass to get a better view of them, and as he does, he's also gonna cast Mage Hand to have a big finger, middle at that. So his kind of spectral, magical cat hand, with all the rings on it, is just flipping off the Bone Rattler as he wants to spy to see.
I see his mage hand go up and do that, and I'll limp over to his side, and I'll cast my own mage hand and do the same thing.
Excellent. I love it. As you do that, like you're looking too.
Yes, I want to see their reactions.
Yeah. Give me a perception check with advantage.
Yeah, don't look down. Look at the middle fingers.
16.
Absolutely. So you have this mage hand going up. Sassus is going up too. You look across and you catch like that Sea of Thieves glitter of the other telescope looking at you, and you can see Alina looking at you, and you see that very quick dropping of it, and just a shocked and pissed face as you see her turn and scamper down from the bow of their ship aggressively. As you see, also if you look, can see a little barrel backwards towards them.
So smart.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do as you're starting the ship to get away? Because your ship is actually very interesting, because they're going to get pretty close to you before that barrel hits them, especially because your ship is just now getting its full speed. So you will have a chance where they're going to be within 300 feet of you, if there's anything anyone wants to do in that moment. That'll also probably be around the moment that the barrel will reach them.
What barrel did you throw off?
A barrel full of trap, with all his slots used. A trap barrel with all of his shit within it.
Jacquette will turn to Bruce and go, so what exactly do you have in that barrel for them?
Just big explosive.
Oh, okay. So this, Jacquette says, holding up a vial of alchemist fire, would be overkill?
I think it'll seal the deal.
Do you think Lollyrock could, or should we do it another way?
Let's try it. Hey, Lollyrock.
trying to trip.
Try to pick up what Jacquette is holding.
How much weight can a homunculus carry? How much was alchemist fire weigh?
Alchemist fire, a flask weighs 1 pound.
I have a feeling that's probably can carry that.
I mean, if a mage hand can carry it, why can't?
That's what I was thinking. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's strength.
It should say it in the description of the item, I think. 30. It can carry 30 pounds. So yeah, absolutely.
Only I had 30 of these.
It absolutely can carry this alchemist fire over.
Oh, I'm not seeing where you can see that, but okay, great. Awesome.
I don't think it will work, but Sean, can I just have my spiritual weapon stay stationary? And as we like move, the spiritual weapon just stays there floating. And it just stays there as we're heading towards it. Like, what the hell is that? It's just a floating sword.
Yeah, I mean, you can just leave it there as it's just a floating weapon in the air.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it there for their ship to move into it. Maybe cut their sails.
Do spiritual weapons disappear if they go beyond the range from you?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I don't think they do, but
I mean,
that's
the range says 60 feet. However, a lot of times that means you cast it
exactly at 60 feet. You can still, yeah.
But it doesn't clarify that it disappears depending on any range.
Do need vision of
I think you need vision of the target you're attacking. Is the thing that it says.
Jacques hands over the spyglass.
I'm sorry, guys, but it actually does not say you need vision. It says the weapon. Why am I apologizing to you guys?
That's fine.
It says you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon as long as it's within 5 feet of the weapon. I guess it makes sense though that you would need to be able to know that it's within 5 feet of the weapon. So, if you use his telescope and give me a perception check. If you succeed, I'll let you do an attack on their sails with the spiritual weapon.
Yes.
Because I think it's really cool.
Attack.
Perception check.
Okay. Perception check.
You got to get a 15 or higher.
What is that? I don't know. No, of course. Who would have thought?
Take the lollipop from Jacquet's back.
Little fairy.
You know what I'm going to say, actually, because of the really ingenious bullshit going on here. Bruce, because of your trap idea within the archetype of your class, I'm going to give you inspiration for that. And if you wish, you can grant that inspiration to Septimus for a reroll.
Sorry, do I get inspiration for flipping
You
off
do
the
as
bow?
well. Yes.
Yes.
I was about to get to that.
It's okay. No,
Wait,
it's
so I get
okay.
to roll again.
Yours was a little bit of an add-on.
I'm gonna gift my inspiration to Septimus.
All right, Septimus, reroll. You got another one loaded up.
Don't you know who I am? It's an 11.
Okay.
It's okay. As long as it's floating above and they got their eyes fixated on that besides the barrel and that goes off, then I'm happy.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to say the great thing here is that Jacquet's bullshit has distracted them from looking in the water to see if there's a barrel floating that might have explosives in it.
So I think I think our goal is have the barrel go off and then have Lolly Rock in the confusion drop the alchemist fire on them.
That's what I figured, yeah.
Okay, just wanted
So the barrel's gonna get to them before Lolly Rock can get to them anyway, since they're gonna get like basically the closest they get to you is about 290 feet from you. As they get close to you, and you start to see clouds forming above you, as if someone is about to cast a spell on your ship. And as it's floating up above, suddenly you hear. And what does it look like when this barrel triggers?
Oh, I mean, at the bow of the ship, it's gonna be a plain old explosive. It's gonna look like a normal barrel in the water, but it's just gonna blast a big old hole in the
It's gonna be as if a
ship.
cannon just went off right in that spot.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so as you're all looking up, feeling the wind whipping around you, as this thing is very much so going to catch up with you if you didn't do this. Like, it was going to get just right on top of you, where it would have been 40 feet from you and following you at top speeds. Suddenly, there is this crashing sound as you see water splash up, and you were looking up, feeling this wind whip around you, getting colder and colder, smelling the smell of lightning in the air, lightning crackling in this cloud as it just dissipates as soon as that crash hits the ship, knocking off Lash's last ritual as it and the entire ship careens, and suddenly you hear shouting on the air from that ship, and emergencies going on as there's just a little As you are suddenly in a moment can get a little bit of headway, and then suddenly you see as their ship catches on fire, as well as having a massive hole in its hull.
Yeah. Also, Lalak's gonna poop through one of the sails.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just for good measure.
Absolutely. Back on the ship, the crew is rushing about. You can see people rushing below deck to start working on preparing the ship. You see, as soon as that bird comes up, you see just one person kind of looks up. You see it's Lasha, actually, as everything just sort of broke her spell. She's holding her hand down over this ritual circle with her blood kind of everywhere. She's been using blood magic, it seems, to cast these expand this magic, as her eyes fade from the green as she looks up and sees this little bird, and she just sort of sighs as and our heroes have escaped the Bone Rattler deftly, I will say. And with that daring escape and retribution, I will say, we will cut to a break and jump back in on calmer seas, hopefully. So please stick around, folks. We'll be back in a couple minutes. See you soon. Welcome back, everybody, to Adrift in Aldhalor. Our Buccaneers here have successfully defeated a pack of shark people and some spirits, and devastated the Bone Rattler, leaving them behind in their wake, unable to catch up to them, allowing them to escape their clutches, just as the Bone Rattler was about to strike them with some lightning. Now, your ship is moving quicker and quicker away from the Bone Rattler, as you can see this sort of just small little light of fire disappearing behind in the dark, getting smaller and smaller and smaller, before eventually you would notice it go out. But there is some calm on the ship, although the sailors are all on edge, rushing to and fro, double-checking everything. The captain is kind of reassuring them, just as his daughter is. There's a very significant tension on the ship right now, as Almina would come up to you all, wherever you are, and just say, "Oh, well, thank the gods we had you on board. I don't think we'd survived that otherwise."
No need to thank the gods. You can thank us.
Yes, well, that was certainly something else. You don't see pirates, certainly not pirates of that caliber, within the Zafir Bay. You usually have to go out in the open sea, travel further for that, or at least get further away from the inland.
Yeah, be sure to write a report to the governor when we return back to Hyven. I'm sure you can
We'll
do
certainly
something
put this
about
in the
that.
logs.
Also, that was confirmed, the Bone Rattlers, right?
The who?
We do know that? Do we not know that?
I don't know what you're
saw it
talking
through my
about.
spyglass.
Yes.
I'm trying to play it off like I don't know who they are, because we're standing in front of people who aren't a part of our crew, but I'm like nervously like, I've never heard of those guys in my life. They had some weird magic, huh?
Before or as every
Septimus is just holding up on the post right now.
Yeah.
Kind of just clutching his stomach. Now, like, that the
Excellent.
adrenaline's worn off. He's just like, just
Beautiful.
trying to keep it together.
Mwah. Excellent.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, Septimus.
Yep.
Shannon's just like, come on, guys.
23.
Okay, you hold in the seasickness that suddenly hits you.
Can't
Now you can
that
speak, Shannon.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay, great. Thanks. But before or as what's her name? I have 3 different names written down for her.
Almina.
Almina. As Almina starts talking, I am going to kind of just like push myself up, and I'm gonna limp down below deck, and I'm pulling out my potion of healing that I had. I didn't realize that I had, but I'm going to go below deck with my potion of healing. And anybody who's watching, if anybody's watching, my shoulders are very much slumped, and I look rather defeated. But
Okay.
I'm going down below.
All right. Galdus comes up to this conversation and just kind of looks to you all and is like, we made it through that. Thank you for your service here. We'll get a more stern watch on. We can take it from here.
You think perhaps it might be prudent to bring the ship closer to shore now?
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Perhaps we should have been doing that from the beginning, as you suggested. Well, we'll start heading that way.
I think we've dealt with the danger, correct? Have you ever encountered seaweed or creatures like that before?
Not in the bay. I've heard of stories of fish folk and other lot, but usually they're further out. Certainly I've heard of pirates also incorporating magic into their raiding, not with such fervor. It's usually very rare.
You've gotten away this far without ever getting attacked?
Oh no, we've been attacked before. But never had ghosts be part of that attack, along with sea folk and a pursuing vessel.
So, you're telling me that since you've gotten attacked before and you're not really prepped for it?
Like I said when we started this journey, the bay does not usually contain this much danger.
All right.
I think
We can handle a pretty simple boarding, but against more professional pirates, we usually just give them something. You're right there, son.
No. Do you have... I think just lie down.
Yeah, you might best to ground yourself below deck, where you're not seeing all of this. And he gets up close to you, Septimus, and he's just like, and you're not seeing all of this flowing and moving and jiggling and thrashing. Just give me one more con saving throw.
I'm going to throw up on his boots. 16.
All right, you hold it in. But as soon as he catches you, keeping it in, he kind of slaps you on the back, and you feel a little bit of that come up, the chunk come up, but you hold it in and can rush.
God, the chunk.
You can rush below deck if you wish.
So, use him for whatever you need to help any damages or whatever.
As you run down,
retired.
You run down to retire, and Bruce follows you. Not this Bruce, the dog Bruce.
Oh, I was going to say, what?
Okay. So, the three of you are on deck with Galdus and Almina. They are, Almina starts to rush over to start helping the different crew. As Galdus kind of looks to the three of you and kind of just with a half face smirk, kind of where like half his face doesn't really move much. He just, yeah, well, I haven't seen shit weird like that in a while. And there's a little bit of like excitement behind his voice. Like he didn't do much. He didn't really fight, obviously, but he was like amongst all of it and moving around on ship to help the crew members. But you see a man who used to see a lot of strange things suddenly get a little chipper after experiencing a little bit of adrenaline.
You're a good captain. You stayed cool under pressure there. Apparently you haven't lost your touch.
Yeah, well, nerves of steel, for the most part. As that excitement now seems to turn up to paranoia as he's looking up in the skies and he's a little twitchy after that. All right, well.
How do you enjoy something like that? Yeah, I'm going to go sit down.
Feel free to go back and enjoy the dinner. I'm going to stay out here for a bit longer.
Oh, gladly. Thank you, Jacques says as he saunters off to go finish his meal.
I could eat too. I go to.
And there's absolutely enough wine that was meant for 7 people that the 2 of you can enjoy.
Nice. Yeah, Fionn would definitely, like, if he sees the chance, like, grab a bottle to drink later, like, downstairs.
Just pilfer the captain's stash.
Well, not pilfer. If it's out,
What
I'll
was at the
take it.
table?
I'm not gonna
What was
like
at the table and
search
already
through his
opened?
cupboards.
Actually, if there's one out, Jacquette will take it and go, I wonder if the gambling's still gonna take place tonight. Might be a nice present for the lads.
I've learned not to gamble with you. At least with those dice of yours.
Shh. There's nothing about the dice, it's just the luck of Jacquette. Please, Fionn, your eyes play tricks on you.
I just don't know the rules most of the time.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier for me.
Okay. So the crew, I mean, things start to calm down, but it doesn't seem like in this evening things are going to completely calm down. Jacquette, you would find that there are still some people kind of tensely gambling. They could actually probably use a cheering up.
Right.
Because they're like, you see them pulling out their card sets and their dice, and they're just sort of like, that was pretty crazy out there, right, guys, fellas? And they like look out the window and looking at just the water, and they're not really, it's like the vibe's not igniting. There's no spark coming into it.
So Jacquette will wander in and go, oh, please, my friends, that's nothing. You should have seen. Myself and my companions were stuck at sea for a month. The things that I saw, or thought I saw, I could read a book about it.
You see some of them kind of perk up at this, kind of like, oh, you spent a month at sea. What are we on, some kind of vessel or a raft of sorts?
Oh, raft is a strong word for it. A couple of sticks, well, the airship, would that have been made of like metal beams and stuff, right?
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah. So it's some metal beams. I don't actually know how those float. I don't actually recall a driftwood. I think it was mostly driftwood. And a sail made from the torn dress of a beautiful woman who unfortunately did not make it to my knowledge.
Oh, and you see they are like enraptured by this. You got your natural 20 perceptions that happen, so they are or persuasions. So they are like, you're definitely bringing them in, prying them with the story, maybe pouring some wine out for each of them.
He pops the cork and just hands it to the first guy.
And you see they're just taking swigs straight from the bottle and passing it around as they one of them starts to shuffle the deck, another one starts to bring out dice, and some general cheer comes in. You see another one pulls out a lute and just starts to pluck a few strings. The longer you spend with them, eventually that lute gets into a raucous song before like everyone hears like some boots on the deck and everyone freezes for a second. And then you see stepping down below deck is Almina, and she's got a big smirk on her face as she hears the music. This is one of the rare nights that she is going to join the gambling.
Come, Almina, please join us. I'm sure you can give us a run for our coin,
And you see she comes up and she's sort of like smiling to everyone, and she grabs the bottle of wine and takes a swig of it and says, all right, lads, you know how it goes. Keep it down, and nothing will go bad. I'm throwing some money in tonight. I'm feeling a little risky after what happened earlier. As she looks around like them.
There's no risk when you travel with iron and mana. Just a thrill of the fight.
All right. So if you would like, you could do a quick gambling.
Oh yeah. I want to fleece these boys for all their work.
So they're not going to be able to throw as much money in as you could, of course.
And Jacquette's going to try to temper his bets to what he knows will not make them all broke. If that means like using coppers, then he'll do it. He might not be happy about it, but he'll do it.
Yeah, they're definitely more on the copper speed for these. Maybe Almina might be able to drop silver, but for the most part, they're in the copper territory, or at the very, very, very low silver at most. Right. Maybe 2 silver at most from some of them. And that's really more on Almina and maybe anyone who has a higher rank in the crew or who has been saving money. Alrighty, so I'll say in the first round of things, they're throwing down like 5 copper is what they're throwing down.
Okay.
Where the hell am I? D10s. There they are. Okay, so you can make your first check of the 3 for gambling, which is an insight check, wisdom insight check. Actually, I think you can do them in any order. I think you just have to make those 3: a wisdom, a deception, and an intimidation.
Wisdom, deception, and what was the intimidation?
Intimidation, yeah.
Could I do like a dice set check, tools?
Oh, yes. The character is proficient in an appropriate gaming set tool. They can replace the relevant skill in any of the checks. So you can replace one of those with your dice proficiency.
Okay, and would that be with Dex or?
Yes, I would say Dex.
Cool.
Yep. So go ahead and make the first one.
So insight got a 25.
All right. I'm telling you, that first one I rolled as high as it could be. So it beats though, the 25.
Cool. 26 on deception.
That cannot be lost. So yes, you make it on the second one.
And then I'm using sleight of hand for my dice or card set, and got a 12 on that.
Okay, so you do not make the last one. I will say
that's fair.
I rolled unbelievable though on those checks, on those DCs. It was a 25, a 20. It was a 25, a 22, and then a 24.
They're skilled gamblers. Just what Jackwit's looking for.
So it's like after the first bout, you're less. You're still always, of course, concerned with the money, but you are much more interested in the fact that these men know how to gamble. These sailors are into it. They're having a good time. They're taking risks. But you are able to walk out of there with some nice coppers. You're walking out of there with I'll say 9 coppers.
All right.
Out of that kind of whole round of things.
Okay. I mean, we don't have to do multiple hands, but towards the end of the night, I like to imagine Jacquet's doing pretty good. He's trying hard not to, actually fleece anyone. He's not actually trying to cheat in this regard. He's using their dice, their cards, not his marked deck or his magic dice. But eventually, at the end of the night, he'll go, after winning a bunch, he goes, "Okay, lads, Almina, humor me, will you?" As he takes out his magic dice, as he goes, "Feast your eyes on these rare beauties. Found in the vaults of Domuzerums, one of the greatest gamblers there. I stole it, as all good gamblers do, on a bet." And Jacquet makes up some stupid story that I don't feel like talking. And basically, he's just going to regale them with this little thing that makes him sound really cool.
And you, deception also gets the auto 20, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're eating it up. You see some of the sailors are pretty drunk at this point, and they're just like, "Oh, really now?" And you see Almina, who seems like the most onto you, but still believes you. Like she definitely does not have a high enough insight to catch you on this, but she's just sort of like, "Oh, legendary dice, you say?"
"I've never once lost a roll with them. So I offer you all this," and he's gonna procure a gold piece and put it down. "Anyone that's willing to bet against me, 1 gold. If you think you can beat Jacquet Touchard in a game of hazard."
And you see one of the sailors kind of leans forward, a little dumbstruck. He's just like, You telling me I could put anything down against that gold and I could win it in a game of dice?
Anything. If you think you can win.
Anything.
I mean, it's more respectable if you offer something of equal value, but maybe just whatever has the most value to you.
And you see that sailor, he seems a little scummier than the others as he just sort of sits back and laughs and he just puts 1 copper down on the table and then looks around. And some people are snickering with him. Others are trying to rolling their eyes. He's probably the ship's kind of asshole when it comes to these sorts of things. But you see Almina looks at this and she looks to you and she does seem to have a bit of a maybe a gambling streak of her own that is a little problematic within her, similar to you. She looks and you see she reaches on her neck and she takes off an amulet that she's had underneath her flowy tunic. You see that it is sort of a hempen cord adorned with shark teeth all along it. That I mean, to you maybe doesn't look super valuable on its own. But she sort of takes it off and looks at you, and she kind of looks at the dice for a moment. Can you give me a deception check?
Sure. That's a 20.
So you can see she is hesitant looking at you in this moment. She looks down at this necklace. I'm not so sure I can take this bet. It's a mighty prize to give up. This is given to me by my mother.
And at this, Jacques kind of goes, well, now I'm not trying to rob you of any of your, or not rob, I'm not trying to have you lose any priceless heirlooms. I just merely meant maybe a nice dagger or something.
But then you see in her eyes, she looks up at you as you say this. She goes, well, maybe you can put more down.
Okay. That's not usually how I play this game, but and he, out of his fingers, draws another gold coin, kind of gauging her reaction.
She looks up at you, and she looks at the necklace, and she goes, maybe another gold.
He taps it against the dice, and you see 3 gold coins in his finger.
She puts the necklace down.
I'm just reminding myself how to play Hazard.
Which I know, I'm going to need you to remind me as well.
Old-fashioned dice game that eventually evolved into craps. All right, so Jacques goes, as we all know how you play Hazard, I, the caster, will specify a number between 5 and 9 inclusive. This is the main. So I'm going to go with lucky number 7 as he throws the dice. And then I think he's going to make it be...
He's going to use the feature to...
Yeah, he's going to make the feature, but he's not going to insta-win it. He's going to make it a 10, which means that he has to re-roll.
Okay.
So he'll have it be a 4 and a 6.
Okay, so everyone looks now to you, and they're excited about this. Like the other sailors are getting into it, and snickering and drinking more as they look. As you can hear, just like this very like tense plucking of the lute in the back, quiet enough not to wake anyone else. As truthfully, anyone else on board can start to hear this, and if they're still awake, come out for the rest of you.
And then
they're all asleep.
Shaking his hand once more, and he'll actually
yeah, Septimus is puking in a bucket in the back of the ship.
To whatever sailor's next to him, and just goes, blow on this for me. My usual good luck charm's not here right now.
Oh, what?
Oh, Fearon,
as you hear
please.
Fearon walk out from the shadows.
as he holds up his dice. Give me a little magic.
Magic. Okay. I'm gonna cast Enlarge Self indoors, so I can't make it as big as possible, but I make it as big as I possibly can to fit inside the room.
The sailors all like freak out for a second as the ship doesn't necessarily rock, but like they hear the creaking of the deck.
And then I blow as hard as I can on the dice. And then I just shrink down right afterwards.
You see some of the lanterns, like sort of the flames within them shake a little bit as this big breath goes out.
And then Jacquet casts the dice to get the chance again, a 10, which means he wins. So it's gonna roll onto 2 5s.
Okay. So how does this works? Is it just your rolls? Can she roll then to meet this and beat it, or is it just your rolls?
No, it's just my rolls.
Oh, okay. Okay. She looks at this with a bit of a smirk as you roll, and then she looks and her frown fades. And she looks and she kind of like, double or nothing on my go.
Please, Jacquet says as he gestures to her to give her the dice.
And she drops down like she doesn't have as much money as you, but she does drop down 10 silver to equate to 1 gold.
All right, 20 silver to 1 gold.
You're right. I'm sorry. It is actually really, she just drops down a half gold.
Okay.
All right. So
I blow on yours too, but I'm out of spell slots.
So she calls the main.
Okay. Just to be between 5 and 9.
That's what I thought. And then
inclusive, so it could be a 5 or a 9.
Okay, and then there's the nick is what she would. So she has to roll. She has to get the chance or the main to move on, right?
So she has to get the main
to win.
Yes. And then depending on what they get, depending on what the main is, there's the throw out with the other set. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna have her roll Snake Eyes.
Okay. Yeah. So she looks at you with a smile and says, 7, just like you.
Mm-hmm.
She says it very like cheekily as she takes a swig of the wine and rolls it out. And I mean, I don't know why I'm rolling. You're controlling the dice. And she sees the snake eyes and that face sinks. And you recognize that face, Jacquet, as a gambling addict. As you can see that face of someone who is riding high on the night who's just lost a pretty big deal. As she just looks at you and, well,
sorry, my friend. I tried to warn you. It gives me no pleasure. But the game is the game, you know.
She looks at you and she smirks and she takes a swig, finishing the bottle of wine. And she looks at you and says, "Oh, well, it's not my mother's necklace. Just thought I'd get a little more gold out of you."
That's a good one. I like the cut of your jib, my friend.
But there might be some value in it. We found it once when we were sailing around. Don't know what it is. I mean, could just be a piece of shit, but it always felt a little special.
Well, I will take utmost care of it, as if it was truly something valuable to you, which I think was breaking the rules that I first asked for, but...
Oh, well, rules are a little, well, no, they're pretty tight in gambling. You can get into a lot of trouble for breaking those rules. But anyway, we only got about a day or so left on this journey. Perhaps if we're bringing you back, we can play again.
I look forward to it, my friend, as he winks again.
She nods to you and slaps her thighs to stand up and goes, "All right, lads, keep it down. Off to bed." And she walks away as the rest of them kind of groggily maybe continue playing a little bit. For the most part, everyone's breaking apart now.
Yeah.
As you see, at least one of them is sort of like, "Oh, gotta go close the fucking crow's nest. As he wanders out, having gotten a little drunk before his actual watch shift.
I'll lean over and just say, I rested during the day. I'll take the night watch.
Yeah, I mean that's what this crew's here for, you know. That's why we hired them. Fjern, my friend, we're here to relax and enjoy our journey. We did the hard work of defending the ship. Now, take some time off.
It's all right. I planned this out. I was sleeping all day, so I prefer the sea at night.
All right, well, good work today. As Jacquet, a little drunk, still holding the bottle, wanders off to his bunk. Or his hammock.
All right. I'll be above deck if you need me.
Okay. So Fearon, you can easily go up above deck and keep an eye out in the night. Not much happens, but it is somewhat calming to hear the quiet waves. It's a very peaceful night. There's no storms that come or anything like that.
Yeah, I imagine I'm just sitting in like the aft, the back of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Or would it be the stern? I don't know. But
the back, we know what you're talking about.
But yeah, I'm just like looking out and watching the sea like flow away from us as we like continue to move, and just looking off into the distance. Not necessarily looking for danger, but just like, daydreaming sort of, even though it's, staying up. Kind of just looking off into the distance, thinking, how far away I am from home, and, how different my life has changed, and, just quietly pondering.
Absolutely. Yeah, Fearon, you're sitting at the back of the ship and keeping these thoughts in mind, as it's been quite a long journey for you, and you're back on the sea. And also just sort of like, it's been quite an exciting few days. There's been, 2 big fights, and you've gotten to kind of get some aggression out in more ways than just fight night usually. But this moment is calm, and you breathe in the sea air as you think back to home, how far away it is, and maybe even think a little bit how, with this ship sailing in the direction it is, you are slightly closer to home than you have been in the last month.
I
slowly...
imagine there's a cold chill on the night air, and that's what's making me feel a little homesick.
Absolutely.
Occasionally you hear
The heck is that noise?
As the sun slowly starts to rise, and you get through the night. But before we get to the morning,
yeah, I was gonna say.
I had a feeling, Sass, that you had something you wanted to do.
Yes, please. So would there be somewhere on the ship that's like, probably not, but this is what I have in my head. Somewhere on the ship where like there's a porthole that I could just like sit with my feet dangling out of.
Not dangling out of. I mean, you could on the main deck. You could open one of them. They are openable, but
no, I wanted to go below and like drink that healing potion to kind of heal up a little bit. I already rolled. I didn't roll very well, so it wasn't a lot.
It's okay.
But just like somewhere
closer to the water.
Yeah, yes and no. Like, I'm sad, so I want to find somewhere to go be sad. That's not.
That's just a way.
Yeah.
You can go to the storage deck.
Okay.
There's no one there but crates.
Great. I'll go there.
It's dark.
Yeah. Okay.
And you could just sit alone in the dark. With your the only light being the very dim red of the healing potion that goes away as soon as you drink it.
Right. Yeah. So I'm just gonna sit with my like hugging my knees and holding like the healing potion and sipping it and just like and kind of just silently crying and just being like thinking to myself, maybe talking out loud, and if anybody happens to walk by, you know, just hear some sniffling and just like the occasional word of just like, you know, who am I? Like, why do I even bother? Like, this is so embarrassing. This is twice that I've fallen on water, which is supposed to be where I'm strongest, and I'm just like really embarrassed, and so just kind of spiraling in that sense.
Okay. So, I mean, it's very dark down here. There's just sort of this thrum of the water outside the ship and the creaking. This is the place where you're just hearing the most sort of and just sort of like weird popping noises as the wood is sort of expanding and shrinking. As you're saying all of this, I mean, you have devil's sight, so you can see everything in this space. It looks just like a darker version of real life, where you can perceptibly see everything. You're nowhere near anyone else, so no one would hear you. You would hear them maybe laughing upstairs and having a good time, those that are with Jacquette. You might even feel like you're like right below where they are, as they're enjoying themselves, and they can't hear you because the waves are too loud.
And then I would, in hearing all of that above and hearing Jacquette's voice and his silver tongue, that I would get like this wave of jealousy almost, and just like, why can't I be as charismatic as that I'm supposed to be? This is the persona I wanted to adopt. I wanted to be this smooth talker. I wanted to be this really like swaggering, you know, personable person, but I just get overlooked, and I'm not really a big deal, and I'm nobody, and blah 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 blah. All that.
Yeah, and the weight of that is heavy. As you would stay there. How long would you stay there? Until everything quiets down above?
Yeah, I'd stay there. And slowly drinking the health potion, and then I would stay there till it gets quiet, and then maybe I would force myself to go sleep somewhere that's not like go back to the hammocks and not sleep in a box.
Yeah, so I mean, while you're down there, I mean, you're in the pitch black. There's just sort of barrels that are tied off or tied up so that they don't smash all over the place as the ship's moving. It's just the storage deck. There's nothing there. You are a couple inches away from the open ocean through the wood of the hall. And you would just start to see between the wood panels just sort of this like slime squeeze its way through. And just sort of like almost like a jellyfish has pushed its way through, and then just sort of rolls down the side of the ship and sort of lands and plops a couple feet from you, or a couple, like maybe like a foot and a half.
Just poke it with my toe.
It
on my boot.
glows the green color and starts to float in the air as if in the water, pulsing like a heartbeat.
That's really good sound effects.
I feel really good about it.
That's very good.
Yeah.
It's just now getting closer to you.
If that's you, I'm not in the mood right now. Don't really want to talk to anyone.
It just sort of starts to bounce around.
And I like try and like gently bat it away. You just want to keep
my new skill. This is my new skill. It's going on my resume. I can make undulating jellyfish noises.
Amazing. Yeah.
As it just sort of floats away and then comes closer and now is sort of dancing around your head.
I told you I don't want to talk right now. I don't. You know, you should just go find someone else. Actually, that's what you really should do. You should find someone else to do what you want them to do, because I clearly can't keep myself alive or awake when I'm on the water, and there's just no point.
You see the jellyfish is behind you right now as you're saying this, and I imagine you're squeezing yourself tighter into your knees, and you're like almost burying your face into them, just your eyes staring over them as it is in front of you now.
Find somebody else.
It starts to come closer to you, and very gently, as you look in it, it's like almost coming towards your hands, as if like expecting you to open your hands to cradle it.
Fine. What? Here. I don't have anything to offer you. I really don't.
It lands in your hand and immediately stings you.
Why?
You take 1 piercing damage.
I just healed.
Piercing damage?
And your hands are numb as hell. As they start to get painful.
But just start crying again.
The jellyfish stays there.
What do you want from me? What?
And then you would hear a very, very quiet whisper. No scary voice. No echoes of the deeps. Just a whisper from a very kind-sounding voice. It flashes a little bit of memory in your mind. Give me a wisdom check, an insight check.
Insight check. Got it. 15.
You hear the sound of children laughing and running through the streets of a town.
What is that?
You see a green ghost runs by like a child and vanishes. You hear children calling a name in a taunting voice. You can't hear that name. Or you can, but you don't know it.
What are they saying?
You can't hear it. That's the thing, is you hear it, but you don't know it. So it's almost like you know that you are hearing your name, but it's not sticking in your head. You forget it immediately, so you don't know it at all.
Is that supposed to be me? Why are you showing me that if I'm not going to remember it, if you're not going to let me remember it?
I'm not showing you anything.
Am I remembering? Are you letting me remember?
You gave up everything to be here.
And look where it fucking got me.
Across the world. On a vessel. After earning the love of a city. Off to save another. Jellyfish zaps you again on your shoulder.
Can you knock it off? I'm in enough pain as it is.
I'm not hurting you.
Then what the fuck is this thing?
You're hurting yourself. Now stand up.
No, I don't want to.
Get zapped.
I don't want to.
2 piercing damage.
Leave me alone.
No. You're all I have.
It's pretty fucking sad then.
Then let's do something about it.
Like what?
Like stand up.
I don't think I can.
You get zapped again.
Fine.
Don't make me make you.
Fine. Shakily stand up and rest a hand against the barrels.
The jellyfish fades through the barrel back into the ocean as it goes dark in there again. You hear the children laughing again at you. But then it fades. And you see a silhouette of a child in a ghostly form kneeling by a spectral pool of water. As you would just see. Little eye come out of the water. And then it fades away. We are all we have in this new life. And we must take the power we need. And we will never let another sea witch best us. It was her.
Her.
We do not return to the Bone Rattler until it is ours.
Until what is ours?
Crew.
You cut out there.
The Bone Rattler and its crew.
Until it's ours. You think we can take over an entire ship?
You nearly sank it.
I didn't have anything to do with that. That was all them. I just fell over and didn't do anything.
You hear a laugh in your head, not of children, but from her. And she just leaves with one last statement. You're not using them right. You're not using them properly. You dismissed the Horned One to take on 3 on your own. You desperately tried to be the cat. This is your problem. You refused their help, and you tried to emulate them. Seize your own self. Or drown. And the voice completely fades.
As I drag myself up to the hammocks, I'll kind of just mutter under my breath, knowing that she's not there anymore, but I'm just saying, I don't know how you expect me to be my own self when I don't even know who that is anymore. And then I will plop down in a hammock, still kind of stifling, but just kind of like angry sleeping.
And the numbness of your appendages, stung by the jellyfish, kind of in its own way lulls you to sleep with the waves as you fall asleep. And you all arise the next morning. Some of you perhaps a little hungover.
Fear just rotates out. Like everybody's coming below deck and he goes under deck and he's like, the night was nice. I'm taking a nap.
And as you awake, you would, once this loads, see that it is not a stormy day. But there are still thick clouds hanging over the sea. Or thick fog hanging over the sea. The fog itself a bit disturbing after your previous encounter. But there's no creepy green lights glowing in it. No sounds of skittering shark people. It's just a foggy day. Temperate weather, a little chilly. Highs in the 42, or lows in the 40. 40s. 40, what is it? Odons? 40 Odons out.
The Odons.
A light wind billowing in the sails above, giving you a fairly moderate pace for this day. The crew is back to their normal selves. They seem to have a quick recovery with this. Perhaps the uplifting by Jacquette the night before has allowed them to work at a normal pace today, as opposed to being a little nervous, allowing you to make good time.
How far away are we, Sean? Like, how many more days is it gonna be?
So since you stayed, if you stay on the track of just going straight over the Zephyr Bay, then you will arrive tomorrow morning. If you turn over to get to the closer to the bay, it'll take you a little longer. You'll arrive tomorrow night. So you're really deciding whether or not you want to get there early in the morning or at night.
I suppose that either way, Fionn would want to fix his sleep schedule, so he might just stay up.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. Nat 1 for 6 total.
You have 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
I think Jacquette would not push the captain, but be like, let's just go through the bay. Remember, we took care of it easy peasy.
You see, he would be kind of like up on the tower where the wheel is, as you and whoever else can come over and talk about this. And he looks at you and goes, "Well, you all did make good work of those pirates. We didn't lose any sailors."
And remember, the longer we're out at sea, the more likelihood things happen. So the quicker we're done, see what I'm getting at?
I see. The longer we're out here, the more at risk we are.
Sure, and I've got things to do, so,
Well, I suppose you are paying for the trip, so we'll stay on track. Get there by tomorrow morning, as long as there's no other funny business. So
the only funny business will be for me when I'm telling jokes, so.
He looks at you very dryly and then, all right. I like you, funny cat. Well,
you ever hear the one about Prince Robert?
I've heard a lot of them about Prince Robert back in the trenches.
Yeah. Well, how about this one as Jacquette tells a really funny joke? Trust me.
Roll very funny. roll performance check.
Sucks. It's the worst joke ever sold.
Because you're funny stat.
18.
Yeah, you all would like be going about your business and just hear the loudest like smoker's cough filled laughing up there as the captain has to put his cigarette out at this joke and just starts Prince Robert. Oh, King Robert now, but
right.
As the day goes on, and I would ask for a where to go? A D12 roll from someone.
I'll do it. 5.
5, okay. All right. So you are sailing through the open waters of the bay. And I guess, is anyone kind of like, I mean, I know the sailors are going to, but is anyone of their own accord kind of just keeping an eye out all around?
Oh, yeah. Bruce is like laying on the deck on the bow of the ship.
With
just on the ground again.
or
and just looking through Lollyrock as Lollyrock is kind of just circling the boat.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check with Lollyrock.
All right.
Bjorn is laying right next to him, but he has his mask on, and he looks like he doesn't want it to be disturbed.
Every now and then you hear a little bit of a snore from Fearon as he's trying to keep himself awake.
And I imagine Fearon would tell Bruce, so every time Fearon does, just smack. Like with Bruce with his tail, like.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the
It's all good.
stat. Okay, so it's 5 plus.
I imagine Septimus is still below deck.
Well.
Yes.
You're feeling a little
Yeah,
bit
no,
better
it's
today,
good.
I'll say, Septimus, because
A little bit, but he doesn't want to see the ocean.
7.
7. Okay, so I'll say with a 7, Lollyrock is flying around, and you're kind of like issuing these commands, and Lollyrock is fluttering up, and then like at one point, this is like not even your command. Like Lollyrock just does this because Lollyrock wants to do this. Lollyrock does a dive towards the water, and like just barely, like just like almost doesn't pull up at all. Like almost as a direct dive into the water because Lollyrock is curious about water. But pulls up at the last minute, and you're just soaring across like maybe a foot above the water as the waves kind of like kick up, and Lollyrock has to do some diving and swooshing, and then suddenly through the fog, Lollyrock just smacks into a patch of rocks that is in the water, and I'm not gonna roll. The blood doesn't die from this. It doesn't shatter from this. But Lollyrock absolutely is sort of like dazed and kind of like falls onto the rock. And you're kind of like looking through, like you get dazed because Lollyrock is moving his head around all over the place in this daze, trying to flap its wings to get oriented.
Yeah, I imagine Bruce was like, just like grabbing nothing, but like trying to hold on to something, like it's like adrenaline is.
As what you're seeing is essentially you almost falling into the ocean, and Lollyrock eventually gets their bearings and kind of hops up, doesn't go hoop, goes, and then like jumps around and looks and turns and sees attached to this cluster of rocks is a massive shipwreck.
Oh,
as you can see, not a. I'd say that it's not massive. It's probably a similar size to the vessel that you're currently in, and it looks like it's split in half over this rock, where a good portion of its bow sank to the bottom, or tumbled down further, and it's just sort of like half of the top deck, and then the whole back half of the ship is kind of jutted onto this rock cluster.
Hey, Fearon.
What?
Smack of my tail. There's a shipwreck. Right over here, like right around the ship.
Yeah. Is it are we gonna run into it?
We're not predicted to run into it, right?
No, it's to the side. Like they'll see it before they sail into it. They'll turn.
Oh, okay.
You can actually start to feel the ship turning already. As you would hear someone call out clustered rocks in the direction that it is.
Aren't there like normally like supplies and shipwrecks and stuff like that?
Well, it depends on how old it is. Most of the time, all you get is bones.
Can I see like the structure of the wood? I would know probably how long it's been there or decayed.
Yeah, totally. It does look like it's pretty old. Like it doesn't even look like the stylings of some of the ships here. But alternatively, what that could mean though, is that it is an old ship. That means it could have artifacts on it.
Yeah. At the thought of that, Bruce is like, hey, he changes his vision. Countess, Galdis!
And you hear Caldis coming down from the deck, rushing, especially after he heard rocks. He's just rushing to the bow anyway to take a look. As he comes over and sees you. What is it?
Hi,
We're about to hit some rocks?
Yeah, there's a shipwreck there, too. Do you mind if we slow down or throw down an anchor real quick?
He kind of turns and looks around and looks for Jacquette, who he knows has kind of like been somewhat leading the business side of this trip. Jacquette, are you on the upper deck at this point?
I think Jacquette is somewhere where you can lounge and read. So
probably below deck then.
Yeah.
So then he just looks to you. Who else is Sass? Are you on the top deck?
Yeah, I would have been like, I think, sitting on a railing and like holding on to some rigging, and then like having like seeing the shipwreck. I also would be like, ooh.
Yeah.
And so I kind of would come hearing you and talking to the captain, be like, can we slow down? I'll be like, yeah, actually, can we? Can
he would immediately, as soon as you kind of pop up, Sass, out of nowhere, and he's like,
Sorry.
Ever flames.
Sorry.
Ever flames.
I'm sorry. They specifically said not to do that. I apologize.
And you see, he does like, he's like, his heart rate skyrocketed when you.
I will step around so that I'm in front and not behind him anymore.
All right, and you see, he goes, 1, 2, 3, pointing to each of you. Looks like we got a quorum. You want to stop?
Yeah. If we could. Hey, Sasuke, are you up for a little excursion?
Yeah, I want to do some scrapping.
I suppose Saskia's the best swimmer. I don't mind, seeing if you can check it out. Just don't be too long.
See,
I'll be in constant communication with you. All right. Sean.
Yeah.
I don't see anywhere where the homunculus wouldn't be waterproof.
Just turns into a fish.
Well, that's something that we'll determine for next week's session. As you hear Galdis shout to the crew to raise the sails. Looks like we're dropping anchor. Lads.
Coming up from below deck. What? Why are we dropping anchor? I literally just said.
And suddenly you feel the ship as it's stopping, as you hear ching, 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 as the anchor comes down. And Septimus, inside, you feel this, and you, I'm assuming, think the worst as the ship goes stops as the anchor drops. And you all look as the fog slightly dissipates a little bit around this shipwreck. So you can see this shipwreck has more of like a trireme long ship sort of build to it. You can see some broken old oars and whatnot, and a mast that has come down as it's accumulated a lot of seaweed and other muck growing on it. As you have discovered an ancient shipwreck. We will explore that ancient shipwreck in the start of the next session. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us during some combat and some decompression and some sadness. And then a bright foggy morning with some discovery. We'll see what's up next week. And then, of course, the party will then arrive in Stony Heath to start the next adventure. All right, friends. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to send a raid on over to Just the Human. They are running a charity right now, the same charity they've been running for the month. So go ahead and give them some support and love from Paradice. And we'll see you all next week. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Good night.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. Oh, I need to get